And we are back with a brand new edition, of course. Snaps for making it more than halfway through the week. I smile so I don't cuss your asses out in the whole fucking first 1 minute of the live. I just saw that Mandy girlfriend. Because it's one of those days. It's one of those days where, I mean, the immaturity is like top fucking notch around here. Like, I told her I just left her the most sweetest message in the world. Jokingly. Was not sweet at all. But I heard the dumbest fucking shit ever. I heard the dumbest thing ever. Where she woke, everything was great with her and her SP, and then blocked. You want to know what conclusion she drew? She said, I feel like he blocked me because he was with someone else and didn't want his phone to go off if I was calling and texting. I said, okay, bitch, there's this thing called silent on a phone. You could just silence the ringtone. You know what I'm saying? Duh. Like common fucking sense. I said, that's the stupidest conclusion I've ever read in my entire life. Okay? Like that's the atrocity that's going on around here. That's what we have to deal with all the time. Spiral, spiral, spiral. Check the 3D, check the 3D, check the 3D. All the fucking time. And I come on here. What up, Just Nikki girlfriend? I come on here every day just to tell you to stop doing all that shit. And then as soon as the live ends, what do you guys go do? Snoop. Assign negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning. Snoop, 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 snoop. It is weird, huh, Tyrese? Amen, brother. Okay? It's like, why are you doing that to yourself? You don't feel good. So why the fuck are you doing that to yourself? How many times do I have to tell you guys to knock that stupid shit off? It's not helping you. Last time I checked, you don't feel better, so why are you doing it? I didn't even introduce myself yet, but that's just the atrocity that came out when I, before I came on here. Okay, I didn't even introduce myself. My name is Jen. I am your manifestation bestie. At least I'm supposed to if you would fucking take my advice. Where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else to work in your favor. I know that sounds good to you. At least it should. If you want to know how to get your shit, then click that follow button, okay? Or subscribe button if you're watching from YouTube land. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, I always put them on the tube of the U. So while you're there, subscribe. Watch them. But most importantly, do what I tell you to do so you know you can actually get what you want. Duh. Okay? I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same, and I'm good at it. So I'm here to help you be good at it so you can actually get back with your SP and quit playing these mind games with yourself by acting like a child. Yeah, I made a video about that today. So if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get your shit right, all links are in my bio or description if you're on YouTube. Also, we now have where we will recreate your SP story for you, as well as, and we will also turn that into a curated, customized song for you. It is not exclusive to SPs. If you want to do it for self, it's one or the other, bitches, okay? Unless you want to get both. You can also do it for self-concept. Self-concept you can also do it for that, okay? I give you the option of both. Good, Carrie. Good. What up, Christina? Okay. All links are in my bio again. Okay. Okay. You should take advantage of some shit only because you all need accountability around here. You all need accountability around here. You all need to go to an adulting class. Maybe we'll have one of those. Maybe we'll have an adulting class. Yeah, you got contact Luis yesterday and he said, we'll take some time apart. Do I just continue? Yes, you want to continue. and ignore what he said. I mean, you can acknowledge what he said and say, but if that's all he said, then we want to see, did he say anything else? on why he wants to take some time apart. Because if he did, then we want to flip that and clarify in your mind. Time apart, absolutely not. Every day, no, absolutely. Time apart, I don't fucking think. Thanks, Nest girlfriend. A time apart, I don't fucking think so, because every second we're apart, he's nothing but miserable. He's had plenty of time to think about it, and he now knows that he absolutely wants to be with me, and only me. Okay? Change it in your mind. Change it in your mind. No one is ever afraid of committing, Christina. Okay? No one is ever afraid of commitment. Okay, you went on a date with a new SP last night, but he told you that he doesn't want a girlfriend and that he's afraid of commitment. What is he, 5? Okay, no one's ever afraid of commitment. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, we do have a friendly contest every day on on TikTok. You do have to be on TikTok to be entered to win. And if you repost this live or share this live, then you will be entered to win some amazing prizes. Okay? Help a sister out, because we need to clear the air and get people to realize that there's a lot. And we're going to talk about that too, because I heard a very disturbing story yesterday in a coaching call. Y'all got to be careful who the fuck you're working with. Seriously. And stay away from spiritual advisors. Okay. No one has fucking spirits. No one is deciding that, you know what, you have great genetics, so you can have the spirits. But you, on the other hand, no, your lineage is not on point, bitch, so you don't get any spirits. Sorry. Yeah, how stupid that fucking sounds, right? Anyway, yes, that's right. Stop asking, for the love of God, stop asking people what they're doing to get the movement. How many times do they have to tell you they're doing what I said? You guys look silly asking that fucking question. You look silly asking that question like they've cracked the code. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look silly asking that question because they're in my community. What the fuck do you think they did? They stayed the path. What they didn't do is whine, bitch, moan, groan every week and second that they got. You know, and assign negative meaning to negative meaning to a negative meaning. Now, are they some master ass bitch? No. Did they waver at times? Yes. Did they get in their feelings at times? Yes. Did they have negative thoughts creep in? Yes. But they disciplined themselves. You know what else they did? They persisted. Instead of bitching about their SP every waking second they get. You have to see them differently, but you guys don't even allow for the fucking turnaround. Seriously, you don't even allow for the turnaround. Because this is, I try to set you up for success, and I try to tell you that you have to allow for the turnaround, but you don't give it an option, because the second the old version rears its ugly little fucking head, react. You're not evolving. I told you this is less about your SP and more about you being a better person, doing things differently in your relationship than you've done in the past. This is why you guys get hot and cold behavior, because you react to every fucking thing under the damn sun, and it's annoying. I'm annoyed. I can only imagine how your SP feels. And all you do is remind them every time you react, verbally, in here, all that shit, all you do is remind them exactly why you're not together. How many times I have to tell you, nobody likes drama in their life. At least sane people don't. Okay, so if your man doesn't like drama, why do you keep creating drama for him? Because you lack the discipline. Everything's fine. It's like you're playing a role, but you have like split personalities. Like everything's fine for a couple days, and it's like, rawr, back to normal. The fuck? It's embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. Let's call it what it is. Let's be frank around here. You should be embarrassed at your behavior, at the things that you say, the things that you react to. They hid their stories from me. How do you know that? You have to understand, how do you guys know a lot of this shit? Because you guys are creeping. You guys are looking for shit. You don't realize they just like you look to see if you have to realize that what you do, they do. So while you're looking to see who viewed your stories, you don't think they're looking to see who viewed their stories? Yes, because there's only one reason people post that shit: for attention. Okay? They like the attention. So therefore, that's why do you think Facebook, this is why Instagram and them screw you guys up so much, because it's like, let's show you who viewed your shit just so we can mess with your mentality even fucking more. That's all they're doing, is playing mind games with you. And you're letting it win because it triggers you over and over and over again. So they can see who views their stories, and it's you. You're like the first one to view their story over and over and over and over and over again. You're coming from desperate energy. You're chasing. Why are you chasing? Why are you looking desperate? I told you so many times that they don't like that shit. But yeah, you keep doing it. And then somebody else gets movement and you're like, what did you do? The opposite of what you're fucking doing. That's what they did. They're saying, they're taking my advice and running with it and disciplining themselves. They're not perfect. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. But they're disciplining themselves. Because you either want it or you don't. That's how that works. You either want it or you don't. And I'm convinced a lot of you guys are just lying to yourself. Where you're like, yeah, I want it, but not really, because I can't even stay the fuck off their profile for 5 whole ass minutes. What are you, seriously, the profile picture doesn't change every 5 seconds. So what exactly are you hoping to find? What are you hoping to find on their profile? You do know that there's a thing on their profiles that if you go to the blocked section of your profile, you can see people you've blocked. But then right underneath there's a suggestion. They actually suggest people that they should probably block. You know, people who are creeping on their profile and not engaging. Yeah, they actually suggest people for them to block. I'm telling you, this is why social media is like the demise of so many people's relationships. But what are you going on there for? You know, last time I checked, you know what they look like. So why don't you just take a screenshot of their fucking picture and then stay off their profile? What are you looking for? Because all you're doing is playing mind games with yourself. You're seeing things you don't want to see when you're the one creating that shit. They wouldn't be blocking you. They wouldn't be hiding you from their stories. They wouldn't be doing any of that shit if you would stay off their goddamn profile. Nothing to get triggered by if you're off their profile. Instead, you should be turning the tables. This is where Petty Jen played the game. And I just assumed, like I told you, I never looked at the views because first of all, I didn't even know how to do that shit. But I just assumed that he was looking at all my shit. So I gave him a show. Yeah. I was looking like I was living my best ass life. Happy-go-lucky. Everything perfect in Jen's world. Yeah, that's right. I'd pull out old ass pictures too. Yeah, old pictures, not of me, because obviously I can't. I would have been caught. I would have been outed if I would have posted a picture of me with my maroon hair. But I would go and take a bunch of pictures of me. Especially since, like, you know, ladies, when you're having where your makeup's on point today, right? And you're like having a great hair day. Yeah, you're actually go in the wardrobe and pull out a shit ton of outfits. And just go on one whole ass photo shoot. And then anytime you're out and if you're having a cocktail, yeah, take a picture. So you have an arsenal of them. So so you have an arsenal of and you can pull out at any time, looking like you're living your best ass life. I'm just saying, I forgot to tell you, in case you're new here, we talk mainly about SPs around here. If you don't like it, scroll to the fucking next. If you have any questions about your SP, drop it in the comments below. That's what I'm here for, to answer them, assuming that you actually fucking listen. Okay? Okay. I mean, I love to talk, clearly, but I could spend 3 hours of my day making a shit ton of video content. You know how much videos I can put out in that amount of time? Although I need to make YouTube content too. So I'm doing that this weekend, making YouTube content, extended cuts. But I come on here, so hopefully to answer your questions, but the goal is that you actually listen to what I say. You know what I'm saying? Implement. I know I'm not supposed to be touching them, but sometimes they drive me nuts. I'm getting used to them. And I'm washing my hair because I need to get it right. Anyway, oh yeah. We're not exclusive to SPs around here, though. I only teach on things I've successfully manifested. So if you want to know how to manifest business success, weight loss, that's how I got my start in the manifestation community, is on weight loss. Weight loss, business success, money, all that shit. I've done it all. So this is why I teach you how to do that. I teach you how to manifest on a time crunch. I've done that. I'm good at it. I have a 100% success rate. I'm manifesting on a time crunch. I've manifested all kinds of shit. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The strategies are somewhat different, depending, well, not the strategy, but how you manifest one thing is not how you manifest all things. Okay? And anyone who tells you that shit doesn't know what they're talking about. Okay? But you guys need to stay away from people on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that shit where people are charging you a low price of like $20 or some stupid shit like that. I cannot tell you the atrocity of people I've worked with that have been hustled. And when I mean hustled, I mean extorted. Where they collect data from you, they collect information from you, and then blackmail you to paying them more. Or they're going to contact. One of them actually did. Because she was telling me her story, I said, well, who the fuck tells their SP? I was like, yes, you can, Carrie. In fact, it's actually a really good idea if you haven't met them, because you don't have any resistance to them. You don't know anything about them. Okay, so I would leverage their friends and family, especially if you don't know them, because they know about you. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely do that. 100%. 100%. But she said she told her husband that she had hired a spiritual advisor, and what they said. And I was like, who the fuck I was like, why in the hell would you tell him? She goes, I had no choice. She's like, I had to tell him because they threatened to tell him. Good, Anne. Are you over that stupid nonsense now? Are you over that stupid nonsense? See, this is a quintessential. Anne said, I keep forgetting you can't see the comments on YouTube. SP told his daughter to have a great day with me today. Yes. And the other day, Anne said 55,000 fucking times that she was worried that her SP didn't know that she was hanging out with the daughter. Right? And she kept saying that over and over and over again. I was like, if you fucking say that one more goddamn time. I was like, stop saying that. Ooh, I gotta turn my Wi-Fi off. Hold on. Okay. Wi-Fi has been disabled. I said, if you say that shit one more goddamn time, I said, stop saying that. And sure enough, she obviously now knows that this is the problem when you guys create these little makeshift narratives in your mind that don't benefit you, right? Then you're proven wrong. Well, you could, all that time you spent on that, you could have, spent time on, something more beneficial. Okay? Why stress that shit? But anyway, back to my story. Apparently he had mentioned that somebody kept contacting him that he didn't recognize the number. So she had no choice but to tell him what happened. So be careful out there, because this is not the fucking first time. This is not the first time. This is the first time I've heard of them actually following through with that shit. But be careful who the fuck you're out here buying. And it's usually like love spells, spiritual advisors, readings, that type of shit. Okay, so be careful. Only go through trusted sources. Personally, I think you shouldn't do none of that shit. But shall you decide to go and, again, not listen to Jen and do that shit, be very fucking careful, because I've heard it. I've heard it an alarming amount of times. An alarming amount of times. Okay. What up, Nadine, girlfriend? How you feeling today, Nadine? Yes, that's positive, and it's movement with the mom. Yeah, you gotta stop saying the worst in things and start saying the best, Anne. Okay? Okay. Stop impeding your own manifestation when it's just unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. When you can change everybody. Oh, yes, I will, Laura. You can change everybody. Anybody you want. You could be like, and that's what you have to realize, is if people in your life or your SP's life don't like you, change that shit. Change your assumption of them. And they now are your biggest raving fucking fan. Now they love you, right? I've never had any problem with any of my boyfriend's family. Ever. My boyfriend, his family loves me. His cousin loves me. Right? Because why would they not? Because I never assume that they don't. Caroline, can you manifest a married SP? Technically speaking, yes, you can. Look at that. SP rejected. Snaps to Prince. SP rejected. What the fuck? SP rejected me 3 times when my self-concept was weak. Now we're moving in together. I'm loving that for you, Prince. Loving that for you. Snap, 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 snap. That's the thing. And we'll get into that in a second. But back to you, Caroline. Can you manifest an SP that's married? Yes, you can. However, there's a lot of things you'd have to overcome. Okay, a lot of things you'd have to overcome, and do I fully support that? No. It depends on the circumstance. Okay, it would really depend on the circumstance. Because some people stay married that are just not happy, that are not like married, okay? But they're married on paper, right? So it would depend on the circumstance. Do I support it? Not 100%, no. Again, it depends on the circumstance. And the reason for that is mainly because I have a lot of married clients, right? I have a lot of married clients that are dealing with gutter trash. And I'm not calling you gutter trash, Caroline, so relax. But they're dealing with gutter trash, and to see the pain that they go through and having somebody come and impede on their marriage, it's not something that I think, from the outside in, to see them cry about their marriage being torn apart or whatever, over gutter trash coming in, and it's a whole nother level, right, that we deal with, and so it's not right. But you also have to take a look at your assumptions, okay? And now, are there people manifesting married people? Yes, there are, but it's a totally different situation, okay? But. And I'm not saying you can't do it. Anybody can do it. But it depends on what your underlying assumptions also are. So if you believe in karma, that could be a problem for you. Okay? If you, some people have extreme guilt, especially if there's children involved. that's a problem for you. If you, on top of that, you would have to work in overtime to see him very different, because it's like, let's say you successfully manifest a married person, right? And now they're with you. You would have to work in overtime in your own assumptions to not assume that he'll do the same thing to you. Okay? Because that becomes a problem for people. That becomes a huge problem for people. It's like, well, I know how we met. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when people have an issue, because it's like, well, I know how we met, so what makes me think you wouldn't do it to me? Right? So anytime that man goes out, anytime he does anything, that's always in the back of your mind. Okay? On top of that, if there are children involved, then you would have to, you'd have a lot of assumptions you'd have to change, because the wife is going to be a part of his life. You know what I'm saying? So you couldn't view her as competition whatsoever. You couldn't view her as any of that stuff. So there's a lot to overcome when it comes to that. Tyrese, what meaning could you assign to him unfriending you? He's trying to get your attention, clearly. You know, look at him trying to get my attention. Yeah, because all he does is think about me. All he does is think about me, because there's a thought process. Like, I'm all he ever thinks about, because there's a thought process that leads up to that. Okay? To where he's thinking about you a lot. So then he unfriends you. Right? Trying to get your attention. There's a lot of reasons people unfriend. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but don't look at it like a bad thing, because I was with my whole, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go back in time. No, I was not. Oh, we were talking, and hanging out in the whole bit when he unfriended me. It wasn't anything personal. Okay. It wasn't anything personal. There's a reason why. I mean, we're only friends on Instagram for like 5 whole fucking days anyway. We're not like, it's not that serious to us. So it's like, you know, we don't care. And so we're only friends for like 5 whole days on Instagram. But there was a reason for the unfriend thing. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, actually. But obviously he's getting your attention. Obviously he's thinking about you, clearly, because in order for somebody to unfriend you, they have to think about you a lot and then be conflicted, right? So this is feedback for you. Okay? This is feedback for you. Is you're conflicted in your thoughts, therefore he's conflicted in his thoughts. Okay? Like, should I unfriend him? Should I not? Like, you know, these different things. Okay? Which is why he unfriended you. Okay? Or it just pains him too much. You know what I'm saying? To see your stuff. Things like that is why people unfriend people all the time. But stop fucking checking, Tyrese, because I could not even tell you I could not even in the love of a million years tell you who the fuck unfollows me. Exactly what Gish just said. Yeah, he's obviously checking your profile too much, and he did it because he's obsessed with you, clearly, because all he does is think about you. What up, Seb? Okay. That's what you guys have to realize. Yes, exactly what Sab said. Like I said, get a fucking grip. I literally just made a video about that whole thing. Get a grip. Fucking stop reacting to everything. Stop reacting to everything. Jen, SP wrote a love song. It releases tomorrow. Of course he wrote it to you. Ooh, I love that. I would ask to listen to it, but I'm sure the whole thing is in fucking Spanish. Of course. Of course. He wants all of that shit and more. He wrote that for you? Of course he did, because he's on your mind. And funny, because when you hear it, you'll probably hear a lot of things in that song that are totally about you. Because why the fuck wouldn't he? Have you seen yourself, bitch? It's definitely about you. Christina, if a new SP told me he's traveling the world and doesn't want commitment, can I manifest him? What kind of question is that? Of course he is. Of course he can. Yeah, he's traveling the world with me. He wants nothing more than a travel companion. Okay? He wants nothing more than a travel companion because he knows how lonely it is to travel the world alone. It's true. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I can't though. I can't. My mind goes all kinds of different places. I always thought it would be so freeing, right? Because you have people who, like, you have women and stuff that travel the world by themselves. Like, they'll go to another country, whole ass another country by themselves. And I'm like, I love that. I personally can't do that. Why? Because my mind goes somewhere totally different where I'm like, dude, I'm going to be kidnapped. So I won't do it. Especially if we know that my assumptions manifest, right? So it's like, well, I could change that assumption. I was like, but no. In the meantime, my ass ain't traveling alone. To the point where my boss, like I had an old, the company I used to work for, we used to do trade. I used to have to travel for trade shows out of the country, and he used to always go with me, which I always found hilarious because he was married, right? Yeah, Yara, what fucking, stop talking about the whisper method. That is some stupid law of attraction shit, okay? Bevy's like, whisper method, question mark. But anyway, he wanted to, he couldn't go, I used to always travel with him, and it was bizarre to me because he's married. He was married with children, but every time we would travel, because we would go out of the country or to like Indianapolis, that's when I learned that I don't do snow. And because I was like, how do you walk in snow, first of all? And I don't even have the patience to drive in snow. And so, but every time we would travel, he'd bring one of his bitches with him. It was fucking bizarre. And which it was blatantly obvious why they were with my little Chinese boss, okay? Who was like 5'1". For the money. For the money. Did you know he had the nerve? Rabini, how if my SP knew that we manifesting him? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it still works. It still works. And I'll give you an example of that in a second, other than my own life, because my boyfriend knows what I'm doing. You have to go, no, you visualize it. You go into his room and you visualize him, baby. And then you walk up to him. You whisper in his ear, you're going to call me. You're going to call me. You're going to call me. And then you kiss him on the forehead. And then you walk back out of the room. That's the whisper method. Total creepy. Total creep vibe. I'm just saying. And my boyfriend wears hats, so I could never figure that out. But anyway, my boss had the nerve. I brought my brother because one time he couldn't go with me to Italy, and I was like, "You haven't fucked up if you think I'm going alone." And then to carry all that shit, have we met? And so I was like, "No." And so I literally was like, I told my brother, I was like, "You want to go to Italy?" And he was like, "Fuck yeah!" And I was like, "Go get your passport because you're going to Italy. All we need is your plane ticket because everything else is paid for, right?" So we went to Italy and we had the fucking best time ever. We had our neighborhood bar. They all knew us. They saved the one table in the entire bar for us. Which, I will tell you, Europe is weird. Who the fuck pays to sit down? I was like, damn. I got to pay to sit my ass down at the restaurant? But they know how to do it right at the bar during happy hour, yeah, because they got a whole buffet. Free. I was like, fuck yeah. Pasta and everything. And I was like, hell yeah, I got to just pay for the drink and then get pasta and everything. That's right, Bevy. But anyway, my old boss had the nerve to ask if I would marry his friend who I'd never met for his green card or for his citizenship. And he's like, he'll buy you a mobile home. What do they call them here? Oh, here they call them mobile estates. Mobile estate. And I was like, does this look like a fucking mobile home, bitch? Where we live? I was like, no, absolutely not. And I can be married to somebody I don't even know for the sake of a green card. That was a whole long fucking answer, Christina. But yes, you can manifest him where he actually doesn't even want to travel without a companion. Like he wants to travel with me, or because it's lonely. It's lonely to travel, or he absolutely wants to commit to me. Because you got to think about it logically speaking here. Okay, logically speaking, a man who doesn't want a girlfriend, okay, or doesn't want a commitment is fucking dating bitches. He just loves to spend money on taking random women out on dates. But he doesn't want a girlfriend? Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. So that's how you have to look at it and be like, no. He took me on this date because he absolutely wants me to be his girlfriend. He wants nothing more than to be in a committed relationship with me. Yes. Because it doesn't make any sense. That's fucking ridiculous behavior. I know, Angela. You gotta stay off social media. And we're gonna do something a little bit before the photo method today too, that will hopefully put you guys in the state of expectation. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be a visualization exercise. I mean, I guess it could be if you want to visualize, but it's something a bit different. I mean, it's not like something you've never heard of, and it's definitely not law of attraction shit. Good, Natalia, because I'm telling you guys that literally your SPs are watching your shit. They 1,000% are watching your shit. Okay. Okay, Ren. I don't even know. You got a man that bought you a horse and the whole fucking bed. Now you over here wanting to manifest it, your SP number 2 to contact you. Girl, you know you ain't got time for all these SPs. Okay. What I would do, okay, message me your idea and then take a fucking nap, Evie. But don't take a nap for long. Because I'm going to call you and wake you up like you did me. Can you believe that? How rude is that shit? I was sleeping. I took a nap. I was going to take a nap yesterday and I dozed off. But I didn't put my phone on silent and ring. It's Bevy. When I thought it would be a good idea to take a nap because she said she was going to sleep. She lied. She lied. But we had a chuckle because some people think they're so fucking clever. They do. They think they're so fucking clever. But they're not. But they're not. So we had a good little chuckle at some stupid nonsense, which is why I tell you guys to stop reacting. Yeah, she got rudely disturbed. Which is why I tell you guys, you guys should not be reacting other than like fucking laughter when shit seems to go the wrong direction. And I lost all questions, so if I didn't answer yours, drop it again. But when things don't go, when things certainly, yeah, of course, Betty, of course. when things tend to go awry, or not awry, but when things try to trigger you in your 3D, you should laugh that shit off. Like, because you know what we say, fuck the 3D, period. And things will try to trigger you in your 3D from all different, all different directions. And it's like, okay, so for anything, it's just like, wow, that's pathetic. Okay. Cause you guys will get triggered by a lot of things from gutter trash, right? But you have no idea, like, how they will. I tell you, if they try to come for you, it's because they can't get to your SP. So because they can't get to your SP, they try to come for you. To get a reaction out of you, because they think that you're going to react in the same childish behavior that they react in, all this stupid shit. And so you can't react. You can't react at all, because they will try to come for you. And oftentimes, I'm not saying that they always do, but I'm saying if they do, first of all, don't engage. Okay. There's no reason to engage in the petty nonsense, because then you're stooping to their level, and who the fuck stoops to trash level? Okay. We don't do that. It is. It's because something happened yesterday, which I thought was hilarious. I was like, oh, wow, it's out of the box thinking, I guess. But again, nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. So what meaning are you choosing to give everything? You guys automatically assign negative meaning to everything, but you need to get really good at assigning positive meaning to everything. Positive meaning to everything. Okay? Or the meaning you want it to mean. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because when she told me, I laughed. I thought that shit was fucking funny. I was like, oh, wow, that's a reach. And, I mean, I don't want to talk about it on here in extensive detail, but I thought that shit was fucking hilarious. And then I give it always the meaning that I want it to mean only. I don't give anything another goddamn option. Okay. And so, but that's what it is, because they can't get to your SP. So it was a big, massive reach. They can't get to your SP. So they have no choice but to try and get to you. And then when that shit doesn't work, well, sayonara. Bye. I was just thinking about it right now. That shit was fucking funny. How do we control our emotions in the middle of an unfavorable situation with SP? Do not argue. Baby. Oh, man. I think it's hilarious. Okay, anyway, sorry, Tiana. Okay. How do you control your emotions in the... Oh, yeah, did we reschedule for today, bitch? How do we control our emotions? Well, that shit was fucking funny. Bevy. How do we control our emotions in the middle of an unfavorable situation with SP to not argue? You affirm, okay? You affirm. So, okay, so it depends. If you're with your SP, like, okay, so if you're in person with your SP, then the best thing to do is to affirm, but check your physiology, okay? And the tonality of things that you're saying, because that speaks volumes, okay? Which is why oftentimes when your SP will be like, is that okay? And you're like, yep. But it's the way you say it, and it's the way you look, where they're like, okay. Like, my boyfriend was really good. He was really good at picking up on that, right? Where he's like, I mean, you say it's okay, but I know you're not okay. Yeah. physiology and tonality are 97%, 93% of total communication. Okay. So sometimes I would affirm through it. You affirm. Okay. Or this is where the saying, kill him with kindness comes into play. Okay. Kill him with kindness. Be like, if something unfavorable has happened, change it in your mind. If you're on the phone with him, then be like, hey, you know what? I really got to, I have another call. Let me call you right back. And then cuss his whole ass out, not to him. Cuss his whole ass out. Even if you're in person, you can be like, I got to go get some fresh air. And then just be like, rah, 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 rah. Cuss his whole ass out. And then when you're done, we're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. We are so great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. No harm done. Make sense? What if you were in no contact for 3 years? Who gives a shit, sassy Scorpio? Who cares? Time is an illusion. Time doesn't exist. And you may not have been in contact in the 3D for 3 years. But you've been in contact with your SP the entire time. Every time you think about him, you're in contact with him. So that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? You're always in contact with your SP. So stop acknowledging the time and stop acknowledging no contact. You're going to start there. And you can affirm and see them as the way that you want them to be for you. People come into contact with each other. You have to think about it this way. People constantly come back into contact years, decades later. And what do they say? Like, I just have never been able to stop thinking about you. You know, I've tried to move on, but you've just always been in the back of my mind, right? Of course. Of course. This is why they say that. So if you would drop the 3 years and no contact as an obstacle or circumstance, they'll come back in contact with you. Doesn't even matter. Time doesn't matter at all. At all. I've had people that have been in no contact for over 2 years get back in contact. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Girasoles. My crush unfollowed me on Instagram and now he recently unfriended me on Snapchat. Oh. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Who cares? So that's because he doesn't want you to know when he's looking at your shit. Okay? Just because he unfollowed. I just went through this whole thing about my boyfriend unfollowed me, so. So what? It doesn't mean anything. Okay? It doesn't mean anything either because they can still unfollow you and contact you. Right? You know what I'm saying? They can still, like, none of that matters. None of that matters. If it fucking matters, then go ahead and start telling yourself that, no, he absolutely follows me on all platforms. He follows me on all of my fucking platforms because he cannot get enough of me. He is low-key obsessed with me and he cannot get me off his mind. He is constantly on my social media. Tell yourself that instead. Okay? But don't worry and acknowledge that. You need to stay focused. You need to stay the course, the path. Because you guys do not know what's going on behind the scenes. So your job is not to question a damn thing. Okay? Not to question anything at all. Anything at all. Let's take Sab as an example. Sab's girlfriend unfollowed her on all platforms except for TikTok. And I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, she also blocked her on all platforms except for TikTok. Well, Sab just got contact from her SP yesterday wanting to reconcile. Who gives a fuck about social media? Do you want them to follow you and never talk to you a day in their life? Or do you want them to actually contact you? This is what you guys have to remember. This is what you guys have to remember why you guys freak out over the stupidest of shit. Do I want them to follow me and never talk to me again in their entire life? Or do I want them to fucking contact me and want to be with me? What's the pleasure here? So if you want them to contact you and want to be with you, then why the fuck are you so obsessed with the social media status. Why are you so obsessed with whether they're following you or unfollowing you or friending you or unfriending you on fucking social media? Why are you so obsessed with that shit? When we've had numerous people who were blocked on social media have their SPs show up. What's the priority spectrum here? When you guys worry about this shit, it's like, what are you 12? You're a whole grown-ass adult. But you're acting like a fucking 5-year-old. My daughter doesn't even give a shit, although she just hit 17K followers on TikTok. But why is she growing so much? Because she firmly believes that she's the best goddamn video editor in the world. And that everybody loves her. That's what she believes. So she grew 1,000 followers in like, excuse me, what'd she say, like 4 days? Because that's what she believes. It all boils down to your belief. So gets to believe in the opposite. I know, Flashy, it is awesome, huh? I love it. It made me cry. It's so sweet. And it's amazing. MKD does an amazing job at making these songs, guys. I tried, Tiana. I tried really hard not to react, and he kept doing it and pushing buttons. Well, that's because you're not seeing him as different, okay? You're not seeing him as different, and which we're going to talk about, okay, when we talk. You're not seeing him as different, and he kept doing it and kept pushing buttons because typically you verbalize it. This is why I say there's no point in verbalizing. There's literally no point in it at all because you verbalize it and they do that shit anyway. So what the fuck is the point? What is the point of verbalizing? Because you just get your panties in a bunch and you just get annoyed and pissed off and they don't listen anyway. So we may as well not verbalize and just internalize instead. You know what I mean? So there's no point. Instead, we just save our breath in the process. But whatever he's doing, that he keeps doing it, pushing buttons, describe it differently. He doesn't do that anymore at all. In fact, what's the opposite of what he's doing now? Well, that's not who the motherfucker is for you. That's not how he is, and he must change. But if you see him as that version who is doing things, pushing your buttons, all that stuff, he has to continue to do that. He doesn't have a choice, which is why I said you guys don't even need to bother verbalizing because it just makes no sense. It just makes no sense. Rabani, how about my SPs say that I'm obsessed with him? Huh? Are you saying that your SP said you're obsessed with him? They're probably not wrong. Okay? And the reason why they say that is because you're in complete chase mode. You're in complete chase mode, which is why I tell you guys your behavior is very erratic. Okay? When you guys do the things that you do look like you're obsessed with them. That's exactly what you look like. Okay, when you blow their shit up. I'm talking to myself, but I keep texting him, trying to get a reaction. He told me he doesn't want to be with me and it's over, and I keep pushing and pushing and pushing. You look like you're obsessed with them. That's exactly what you look like. When it's supposed to be the other way around, if I need to remind you. But that's exactly what you look like. Because it's like, and then you're spying on gutter trash, right? And then telling them about it. You know what I'm saying? If they're in a whole nother relationship, you're spying on their girlfriend or boyfriend and you're freaking telling them about and reacting to them about it. You look obsessed. That's exactly what you look like when you're watching their shit and you're commenting about it and you're bringing it to their attention. That's exactly what you look like you're bona fide obsessed with them. And it makes you look It makes you look like gutter trash, to be frank. Crazy. They don't like that at all. At all. You don't want somebody thinking you're obsessed with them. But that's what your behavior shows over and over and over again. Obsession. They're the ones supposed to be obsessed with you. It ain't supposed to be the other way around. But the more they think you're obsessed with them, the more you push them away, because that is forcing the 3D over and over and over again. And you're like looking at all their shit. You know what I'm saying? You're showing your inability to move on. And you look obsessed. I'm not saying move on from your SP, but in the 3D, you certainly shouldn't be holding on with desperate ass energy, because that's what you look like. And then it's a one big repellent, because they're like, because how would you feel if somebody that you claimed you didn't want to be with was obsessed with you? You'd be like, what in the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And that's how you look. That's how you look. I mean, because you're reacting, then you're seeking things out, and then you're choosing to watch content that is not yours. You know what I'm saying? You're choosing to watch someone else's shit. You're trying to reach out and get someone else's attention to get your SP's attention. You look crazy. You look obsessed. And it's a turnoff in a major way. Yes, dear souls, that is okay. That's right, Lisa. I'm glad you love your new songs. And yes, we're going to rev this shit up. I saw you booked a call, girl. Of course he already loves Song Yesenia about you. He's going to serenade you with that fucking song too. Oh, Anne. Well, I guess one day your schedule's a little bit busy. Your schedule's a little bit busy, and you're going to have to go and see his daughter when your honey is not at work. Because he wants nothing more than to hug you. Yeah, he actually wants to see you all the time. Every time you're with his daughter, he wants to see you because he can't wait. He wants nothing more than to hug you. Leverage what she tells you about your SP. Leverage it now. Oopsies, somebody went to Mexico too when I was on vacation. I was like, amen to you. Oh, yeah, Rabani. It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, Tiana, I already told you with the whisper. Please don't do the whisper. It's creepy. It's a little creepy. Yes, Sarah. It's something that doesn't work. And how do we all know that? Because we've all done it before. We've all done it before. I already told you what it was, Tiana. That shit, I did it like 10 times. Didn't fucking work. No, I probably did it more than that. And it doesn't work at all. But if you go on YouTube, according to thousands of people, they got contact. Thousands of bots. They got contact. What up, Angel? So, are you all done? That's right. Snaps for Angel. Her SP is right where I got him. Ren, have you learned nothing? Have you learned nothing? Rabani, that doesn't mean anything, okay? It doesn't mean anything that, like, your SP knows that you're manifesting him and he got a headache. No. No. He just got a headache. You know what I'm saying? So there was somebody who, she knows who she is. There was somebody who, she gets on the phone with me and she's crying. Like, she's been crying. She wasn't crying on the phone with me, but she was crying and crying and crying. She'd been crying all week. And she gets on the phone. She tells me that she forgot that we had a call before. Okay. So I told her what to do and it was working. Her SP was conforming. They were back into contact. They were in no contact. They were back into contact. Everything was starting to go her way. Then she forgot and they were out somewhere together. And she forgot that she had done a love spell of sorts before. And she had it in her purse. She forgot it was there. And he needed something from her purse and he found it. She told me this and I started dying. I mean, you know me. You're not going to tell me some shit like that and not have me laugh. Like, I tried. I gave it a solid 30-second try. And then I started cracking up. And she was like, Jen, I've been crying all week. My eyelashes are coming off. Why are you laughing? And I said, come on, bitch. If somebody was to tell you that shit, you wouldn't have found that funny. I was like, that's hilarious. So he immediately thought she was a witch, right? He was like, that's it. I want nothing to do with you. He blocked her on everything. And he told her before he did that he was going to go to the priest. And he had told the priest what she had done, that she had put a spell on him. And so him and the priest were going to pray against her, against the spell. And I was like, well, I guess the joke's on him. I said, because the spell didn't even work. And so that's why I was laughing, because I said, well, the joke's on him because the spell didn't even fucking work. What's working is what I told you to do, is your thoughts. And so I said, so what you're going to do is you're going to continue. Thanks, Tyrese. You're going to continue the path. Care to guess who unblocked her and did all that shit? Care to guess who unblocked her and got fucking contact with her? The same man who was convinced that she put a spell on him and was praying against her and the whole fucking works. Because she told me that. I said, joke is still on him. Because it's like, game on, bitch. You think it was the spell that worked. You're so silly. And so it doesn't matter. Even if they know, it still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know, if she could get somebody who whole ass thought she put a whole spell on him and was praying against her and the whole works to get back in contact with her, unblock her and the whole bit. And that's why I told her, I said, see, girl, and you want to know why I laughed. I said, I laughed because the joke's on him. The joke's going to be on him when he comes back in contact with you. And you're going to be like, that's right, honey. That's right. I'm one powerful ass witch. Oh, man. You got to have fun with this shit. I think it's... Sorry. Okay, Ren, so you want contact with SP number 2. So get contact, girl. I know it's December. Super Ninja. Can you help me with my ex-girlfriend? Yes. First of all, you're not going to call her your ex-girlfriend because exes remain exactly that. Exes. Okay, so no more ex-girlfriend. It's called girlfriend. Okay. And of course you can help. And of course I can help you. 1000%. Alright. That's right, Bevy. She was already on it. She was already on it. What up, Taylor? How was that beef jerky, bitch? I mean, does it not ever get hot does it never get hot in the U-fucking-K? I know, you know, I did the math here, and yeah, it's hot there. I'll give them that. 97 degrees. How many bitches here in the U.S. are dealing with the same weather except humidity on top of that? You know what I'm saying? Whenever I would go to like Louisiana or something or Mississippi, I was like, I don't even know how. I was like, I don't even know how you deal with this heat, because you take a shower, the second you walk out that door, you need to go back inside and take a whole nother shower. Because it's freaking humidity on top of the heat. And Bevy and them are whining about their melting and all this shit. They're just whining over 96-degree weather. You showed me. I was like, I don't even know what insulation is. And Nadine, because you're not consistent, okay? This is what I'm always talking about. You said are you supposed to take a nap, Bevy? When any day I expect him to text me and then he doesn't, I get frustrated. How do I get over this? Stop doing that. Okay? Stop doing that, because you're telling yourself that you expect him to text you, right? But do you really? Do you really expect him to text you? You know what I'm saying? Or are you hoping he texts you? Ew, a snow coat for your house. Think about a snow coat, baby. It might cool you down. Do you see what I'm saying? So Nadine, I believe, because I know you, bitch. So you're hoping that he texts you. But I don't honestly believe that you're actually expecting him to text you. Because every other day, you're getting triggered by some shit on social media that he posts. You're getting triggered, not even what he posts, but like, yeah, like you looked like you were reading into a quote that he had posted. Then you're looking at who likes his shit, you know, all of this stuff. So I don't firmly believe that you're actually expecting him to. And then why are you frustrated? That's like expecting Amazon to deliver a package because you have 2-day Prime. Is it Prime deals yet? Is it Prime Day? I feel like it's coming up. Did I miss it? Did I fucking miss it? I have some shit to order. I've been waiting for Prime Day. I don't know why, but I've been waiting for Prime Day. But usually the stuff I want is never on sale on Prime Day. But I feel better about my life. But it's like ordering something on Amazon Prime and it's 2-day delivery. You don't check updated tracking, do you? Oh, yes. Oh, last day. Shit, I need to get on that. Look at that, was the universe gave me a sign. Because it popped all my shit down. So I could see that it's today. The universe isn't giving you signs. I'm just joking with your asses, okay? That's right, Tyrese. It's movement. It's movement. Lotus, how do you manifest straight A's in one? So back to you, Nadine, real quick. Gets to expecting, bitch. Expect something different, but I want you. Every one of you are taking a break from social media today. Unless you're posting on your own goddamn fucking profile. Okay? The only thing you're going to do if you're posting on your profile is you're going to post and click on out. That's exactly what you're going to do. Post, click on out. No checking anything. No going on anyone else's profile. No doing shit on social media. We're cleansing from social media today. Cleansing. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Fuck social media today. Do you understand? Seriously though, serious shit. Because, and the only reason I say that is because you guys lack the discipline. Okay, you lack the discipline. Because it's like, I don't have to stay off social media because I give meanings to everything. I don't check shit. And I do nothing but toot my own goddamn fucking horn. So I don't ever have to stay off social media. Okay. But I also know what it's like when you become aware of things, right? Like I never had to check ex-Gutter Trash's fucking profile because I didn't even know who she was. How the fuck was I going to check a profile? I didn't know who she was. Apparently she very much knew who, I know she knew who I was, but apparently she knew my fucking, apparently she found me on social media. Awkward. Stalker. But so apparently she, like, at that time, right? At that time, apparently she found me on social media. I didn't even know that because I didn't know anything about her. But that's what people do. That's what people do. They put on like this investigative hat, find out your fucking whole ass name, government name, and then go and search for you online. I always thought that was weird though. People do that. People do that. I always thought that was weird where they'll be like, oh yeah, I Googled you. I was like, okay, first of all, you probably should go around telling people that shit because that sounds like a super creep. But people do that. I was like, I've never done that. I've never met someone and thought about, and this isn't like SP related. This is people in general. Like I would go to like networking events and stuff. I'm like, that's so weird. I've never thought about doing that for anybody I know, being like, let me Google this bitch. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just thought that was weird, but it's a thing. And so I never did that, but I know what it's like when you become aware of them, right? And now you know who they are to go on their shit and to check and to check. And it gets in your fucking thoughts. It does, because you guys start, because you analyze, what do they mean by this quote? Who are they talking about? Right? Things, stupid shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you do that. And because I used to do that. So I know what it's like to do that. So I'm going to implore that you guys accept the challenge and stay off of social media. At least for fucking one day. It'll get easier. If you're going to go on social media, why don't you, it's fine. It's fine if you're on Instagram or something and you're looking at reels. That's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? But you're not checking anything. You're not going on anyone's profile at all. Relating to your SP, let's not play games, okay? You're not going on SP's profile. You're not going on Gutter Trash's profile. You're not going on anybody's profile. You are not checking who viewed your stories, who viewed their stories, because you wouldn't need to be checking that because you're not going on the profile. Pay attention. Oh, I'm getting a new couch, guys. It's bigger than the one that I have now, and I'm super excited. And it's like a nice color. Facebook Marketplace is where it's at, bitch. No investigator today. No investigator today. You're not looking at who viewed your stories. You're not looking at who liked your shit. You're not looking at any of that shit because who gives a fuck? Instead, you're going to focus on your mind palace, okay? ID kid, we're not even 25-20 yet. I'm just kidding. Damn, let's wait into the future, bitch. Yes, it has helped. It helps a lot when I'm sorry. He said, I haven't looked at SP stories or profile since November 2025. It has helped so much. It's hard at first, okay? It's hard at first because you're so used to it, okay? Because you're so used to it. It's like a habit, if you will, to just check. like their life has changed within an hour. For some of you, it's like their life has changed within 20 goddamn minutes. Okay? Where you're checking. No checking today. No checking today. Give yourself a break, because I want you to start assigning positive meaning to everything. And you can't do that shit if you're checking the social media every second you get. No creeper vibes today. No creeper vibes today. No stalking today. Where it's anti-stalking day. Anti-stalking day. That should be a thing. Maybe we'll start it. Anti-stalking day. Anti-stalking SP day has been full effect. And you're not going on, and don't try and be sneaky about that shit. You're not going on anyone relating to your SP's profile. Not at all. There's no need for you to, okay? Because it just gets you in your feelings. It does, because you read into things. Okay, so we're not doing that today. And then you're not going, if you want to go on social media, you can put whatever you want on your own goddamn page. Go ahead. And assume that they're looking at it all. They're looking at it all. And then what you're going, and then if you want to, if you're a reel watcher, then watch some fucking reels. I don't really care if you repost reels. I don't care. Do all that shit. But stay off of profiles today. It's anti-profile day. Agreed. For some of you guys, snaps for even sooo. Do you guys like my spiritual shirt? It's about as spiritual. It's about as woo-woo as I get. And has a pocket, which I put walnuts in. Judge me fucking not. I walk around with a walnut in my pocket. In case I see a squirrel. Okay. I hope you guys agree to this, because I feel like it's going to, but don't just like say it because it sounds great. Okay. Don't just say it because it's, I don't know, my mom's messaging me about my fucking couch right now. I'm busy, but they want to deliver today. Fuck yeah. I'm so excited because I have like a 2-part sectional. It's like an L. This is a U. Fuck yeah. I don't know who sits on couches. I can't sit on a couch. I have to lay on it. Like, I guess the only time I sit on a couch is if I'm at somebody's house, right? Because that's just common courtesy. But if I'm at home, I have to lay on the couch. I can't sit on the couch. Home. Which, I mean, I love, because the L worked out great, because I lay on the couch, my boyfriend sits on the couch, and I put my legs on him. Okay, Lotus. How you manifest straight A's in 1 month? Well, I know you meant help. Okay. You have to tell yourself that. School is so damn easy. School is so easy to me. I get straight A's in every class. I always get straight A's. I've got straight A's right now. I literally have straight A's right now. My grades are perfect. I have straight A's right now. I always get straight A's. Because you want to do that in the future too, right? So you want to be like, you need to tell yourself school is easy. School is easy. I don't have to study for shit. School is so easy to me. I always get straight A's. I literally always get straight A's. My daughter, she had such an attitude after the award ceremony. Because I was shocked too at first. Because she was supposed to get she thought she gets the same fucking award, Superintendent Honor Roll Award. She got like 15 of those bitches. And it's just a paper certificate. And I keep talking about it because I'm bent about it. Even though it doesn't matter, because I wouldn't put them on the wall anyway. They're in her yearbooks. The $50 fucking yearbooks. But anyway, she was upset because she forgot that there was one time, because she's always gotten straight A's, because school comes easy to her. She doesn't study for shit, like ever. She's already ready for her midterm. She just started health like a week ago. Maybe it's been 2 weeks. But school's easy for her. And so she thought for sure she was going to get the 4.0 award for having a 4.0 the entire middle school. She forgot that there was one fucking time that her stupid fucking teacher didn't grade an assignment that she had turned in. So she got 89.95%. Oh my God. Hold on one sec, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Me about my couch. And I was like, I'm live right now. They want to deliver ASAP. Okay, well, I'm live right now. What do you want me to do about this? What exactly do you want me to do about this? But the good news is they deliver for a fee. Well, that's good because I ain't picking that shit up. But she forgot she got 89.95% in one class, which prevented her from getting this award. And I told her, though, I said, well, what's there to learn from this? Next time a teacher doesn't grade your assignment that you turned in, you need to speak up. You need to say something because you did not get this award because you chose to stay silent. Yeah. There's always a lesson to be learned. I'm always that person. I'm like, don't cry about it. Do something about it. That's just always been my thing. I'm in the solution-based business. I'm not in the fucking cry about it business. Okay, and that's how you should look at life. You should be in the solution-based business, not the I want to cry about it business. Do focus on what you want the most, and it'll push out. Yeah, Ren, stop acting like you knew around here, girl. Stop acting like you knew around here. Yes, of course. You do exactly that. Your cat wants surgeries. I always tell the truth. That's what I'm here for. I'm never here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what the fuck you need to hear. And if you come on here and you have some psycho ass behavior, I'm gonna tell you look batshit ass crazy. A lot of you look batshit ass crazy. Now, assigning the stupidest meanings to everything, right? Like she knows who she is. Well, y'all know who she is if you're in the WhatsApp group. She messaged me privately the same thing. I said, oh, I already left you the sweetest message in the WhatsApp community. Go listen to that. But that's all that you guys have been talking about today. Oh, I'm coming, Tailfeather. I'm coming to your wedding, girl. Okay, this is all you guys have been talking about today in the WhatsApp group. Social fucking media. It's all you've been talking about today. Social media, social media, social media, social media, social media, social media, social media. Or you could be like my client that has an amazing update for the Manifest for Me. I love when people give me amazing updates. So there's that. Good, I know who they are because that's how I tell you guys. 4 rescues and 2 Germans. What do you mean? Everyone is a priority, except for those that offer me a bonus. Just kidding. How can I get my former FWB? What the fuck is FWB? You know I'm not good at acronyms. That I want as a boyfriend to come back to me and commit. Oh, yeah. I was going to tell you guys, you would have done the whisper method, Ren. We've all done the whisper method. Oh, thanks, Bevy. See? That's right. Snaps for Maggie. While you guys are fucking worried about being blocked on social media. She says, I am still blocked on socials. And me and my SP call and he talks about me living with him. Because who gives a fuck about social media? Who cares? Only you guys. Your SPs don't really care. You know what I'm saying? About social media like that. It's not like the second you get in a relationship, they run to update their status. And just have to let the whole fucking planet know that you're in a relationship. Oh, we're in a relationship. Let me go and unblock them. I forgot they're blocked. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. You know why they don't have to unblock you? Because they know what the fuck you're doing. They know where you're going. Because you're talking to them. Duh. Duh. They know. K8, why don't I like subconscious laws? We went on this whole rant yesterday. I won't get too into why I don't like her because I think she's a horrible person and I don't think she knows shit about manifestation. Because one of our members that's also now on my team, no one knew it was her. But it was actually her. She went on Subconscious Laws Live and she had mentioned about her boyfriend committing suicide. And Laws told her that it was her fucking fault. Who the fuck tells somebody that, first and foremost? You know, I won't get all into it, KA, but you asked, okay? Because I went into whole extensive detail on my live yesterday about it. But the fact is when somebody commits suicide, they're in a very they're in an emotional state, right? They're very vulnerable because they're in an emotional state. And so for you to sit there as an influencer, as somebody that's a creator, that people respect and listen to, for you to sit there and to tell her that she caused his death is the stupidest, first of all, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of in my life. Second of all, she has no idea the backlash that could have happened. Where if somebody blames themselves for somebody's death, because my dad had told me something like that about my grandma in the past. So when somebody to carry around that guilt, some people can't handle that guilt. So how would she have felt if this person decided to take their own life because of something she said? That's a piece of shit. And that's like saying that she has not a single family member, not a single person in her entire reality that doesn't have a problem. Because then that means that she caused everybody's death in her entire family. So anybody who had died of cancer or anything else, then I guess she caused all their deaths too, right? And if you ever have anybody who's dealing with depression, you caused his depression. And if you have anybody who's dealing with drug addiction, you caused their drug addiction too, bitch. Like, if we're going to go off of what you said to her, you know what I'm saying? Because I would have called her ass out right away. The second she would have said that, I would have been like, cool, sick. So that means that you caused everybody's death in your own life too? Is that what that means? That means that everybody who's ever gone through anything in your because they're in your reality according to you. So that means that you caused everyone in your entire reality's problems. No, you didn't. Could you have, if you would have known what you know now, could you have changed their story? Yes, you could have. You know, could you have helped them by changing the story that you were saying? Yeah, probably. You could have. But you didn't know that. So for you to tell somebody that ignorant ass fucking statement, one, like I said again, tells me all I need to know about her character. Two, she doesn't know manifestation at all. I wouldn't listen to her because she clearly doesn't know what she's talking about. Because that statement is the stupidest thing in the world. So anybody who's broken her family, apparently she caused everyone in her family to be broke. Since they're in her reality, according to her logic, I would have taken that one stupid statement she said and I would have challenged everything in that bitch's life. And then you guys could have all sat there and watched her be like, yeah, you sound dumb as fuck, bitch. You sound dumb as fuck. And clearly you don't know what you're talking about. And for someone who also talks about self-concept, as a creator, making a statement like that to somebody, what do you think she did to that person's self-concept? For somebody who talks about self-concept. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's full of shit. And I'll tell her that to her face too. Yeah. We should do a co-host. I'll challenge everything she fucking says. And I will make her look so fucking stupid only by bringing logic into what she says. Yeah. So that's how you have to look at things, okay? You have to look at what people say and then be like, okay, and then look at what they teach. You'd be like, well, that doesn't make sense. Because it does make sense. I'd have came for her real quick. Hi, does anybody know how to manifest a glow up in a quick way? Yeah, actually glow ups are really quick. Okay. So one, if you know what a glow up is, yeah, look at that. She told her, here's another one, K8. She told her that she caused her miscarriage with her SP. Oh yeah, that's right. Because when people find out they're pregnant, they're just like, I don't want the baby. I hope I get a miscarriage. No, it's the opposite, right? Usually your thoughts are very much in alignment with the baby. Like, yeah, hell yeah. You get excited, right? All that shit. So she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. And who says that stuff to people? Who says any of that stuff to people, but then wants to talk about self-concept in the same fucking breath? Well, you're not doing anything to help people self-concept. You're doing nothing but destroying their self-concept. Why? So they can work with you? What a scam artist. How unethical is that? Let me just destroy everyone's self-concept and get them to blame themselves for everything so that they work with me to fix it. How can you respect anybody like that? I don't. So when I become aware of that stupid shit, I'm going to let you know, and I'll leverage my platform and everybody else's platform too. I don't give a fuck, because they should be out of business because what they're teaching is wrong. What they're doing to people is wrong. She's no different than an internet bully, you know, and she doesn't know people's mental state. So how many people commit suicide over a comment somebody made online? So for her as a creator, as an influencer, someone people respect, for her to say that stuff to people, she has no idea their current mental state. How can you respect anybody like that? Certainly follow that person. Nope. No thanks. She's in our community. Person she told that to. Yeah. And a couple of our members were on there when and heard her say that to her. Gross. Yeah, so it depends on when you're talking about, in case you're in YouTube land, do glow-ups really come quick if you manifest because you're trying? Okay, so there's a couple things that you can do when it comes to a glow-up, okay, is get clear on what that is for you, right? I've had people say that their face is so dang clear and then wake up the next day with completely clear skin, okay? So it depends on what the glow up is, but you can literally look at yourself and be like, damn, I literally just got a glow up. Every day I get a glow up, okay? If you know what that is for you, okay? If you want to look younger, you could be like, you can placebo it too if you want to, okay? Because it's your thoughts. Usually, this is where mirror work would be recommended when you're when you're manifesting an appearance change, or a glow up or any of that stuff. Okay. This is when that comes into play. That's what I would recommend, is to do mirror work. Okay. And you brought a spell on Etsy. Sorry, I just read that. So what you would do is you would, because the reason why the mirror work is effective when doing appearance changes, because that's usually when you shit all over yourself. You know what I'm saying? Is usually you shit all over yourself. The second you come in front of the mirror, you just crap all over yourself over and over and over and over and over again, right? And you hate on yourself. You critique yourself, or other people try to tell you about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And so because of that, you change that by going in front of the mirror and saying things about yourself, loving on yourself, telling yourself something else repeatedly. Okay. So you can literally just be like, I literally just got to glow up. I literally just got to glow up. Okay. Because if you know what the glow up is for you, then your subconscious mind knows what that is. Okay. So you wouldn't have to be specific, but if you wanted to be specific about the glow up, then again, it depends on what it is. So you could say, like, I've never looked a day over 20. I literally have never looked a day over 20. Every time I drink water, my ass gets bigger. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Whatever, if you want to chunk it down to work on a specific appearance change. You don't have to believe it to be true, but you have to continue to tell yourself something over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. Okay? Because when you tell yourself something, and you can also talk to yourself in your mind about, like, let's say you woke up this morning, because this is where inner conversations would come into play when it comes to a glow up. Like, so let's say you walked into a room and people would, all of a sudden, people notice that you had a glow up, right? What would people be saying? That's an inner conversation, right? So like when I would walk in, when I went to a mastermind that I hadn't been, well, I went every 3 months. And so when I walked in after 3 months, when I had started my weight loss journey, they were like, damn, you're like half a person. What the fuck? And I used that and ran with it, because I would replay that conversation in my mind. I was like, that's right. I look damn good. I look so damn good. Like, they're telling me I look like half a person. Everybody is recognizing my weight loss, right? Everybody's recognizing my body transformation, things like that. Yeah, so tell yourself you want to change your whole face. Yeah, change your whole face. Be like, is there somebody you want to look like? You know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. My face, I have the perfect face. Everybody's constantly complimenting me on my face. Like, they literally think I'm the most beautiful woman on the planet. I'm assuming that's why you want to change your face, right? People are constantly complimenting me about how beautiful I am, because that's a face thing, okay? And have these conversations as if people are complimenting you all the time. People are just treating you very differently, and, you know, telling you how beautiful that you are, and this, that, and the third. Because again, beauty is, yes, it's on the inside too, bitches, but beauty is a face thing, right? Externally. And so it's the same thing. It's no different. But you have to stick with it. You can't do this and then go in front of the mirror and be like, I hate my fucking nose. Like, I fucking hate my nose. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that, because it goes against what you're affirming for, or what you're telling yourself. So instead, you need to look in front of the mirror and be like, I look hot as fuck. Like, I've got the perfect face. My face is perfectly proportionate. It's totally perfectly dimensional, whatever the fuck you want in your face. Okay, I am so damn beautiful. You need to start seeing yourself as being beautiful. Because your subconscious mind knows what those features are for your face. I try so hard to manifest and I still don't see anything happening. That's because, hold the question so we can do the techniques. That is because you guys are focusing on the 3D too much. You're constantly focusing on the 3D over and over and over again. But when they come back in contact, because they will, if you'll stop focusing on the 3D and telling yourself nothing is happening, nothing is happening, nothing is happening, nothing is happening, I don't see anything yet, I don't see anything yet. When you stop telling yourself that shit, because either way, you're right. I tell you this all the time. Either way, you are right. So if you keep telling yourself, nothing is happening, there's no movement, nothing is happening, there's no movement, remember what gets created as an assumption: repetition. So if you're going to repeatedly tell yourself, still nothing, I don't see anything, he's not changing, there's still no movement. Do you care to guess what you're creating? An assumption that there's no movement, that there's not happen, that he's not coming back, that all this shit. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? For what purpose? For what purpose? When, if you're going to tell yourself, you should be like, again, I never had to tell myself there's no movement because I created my own movement. I always created my own movement. Okay? Being like, so therefore in my reality, there was always movement. Because nothing had meaning until I gave it a meaning. So, yeah, that motherfucker looks at all my stories. Yeah, he'd be looking at my profile every single fucking day. That's called movement. Okay? Because I lived close. I was like, yep, every time I go to the pool, he opens his blinds because he wants to check me out. So every time those blinds would open, in my mind, movement, right? He could have just been letting sunlight in. You know what I'm saying? Every time he'd step out on his balcony, I'd be like, that's because he want to check me out. I see him looking. Movement. He could have just been looking at the fucking tree. Every time he walked outside of his place and down those stairs, I'd be like, yep, I see him looking at me. Movement. There was always movement. For me, there was movement every fucking day. Every goddamn day. Because I assigned movement. You need to start assigning movement. Because you wouldn't be focused on the fact that there's no movement if you would assign your own goddamn movement. You wouldn't be focused on the fact there was no movement. So stop telling yourself that. There's always movement. And when they come back in contact, you look like a real fucking idiot because all you've done is tell yourself there's no movement when they tell you they've been thinking about you a lot. That's not something you can see in the 3D in case you're unaware. Okay? You can't see their obsessive thoughts about you in the 3D, can you? No. You can't see them constantly thinking about you and looking at your photos every day on their phone, can you? In the 3D? No. I don't think they're going to put on their stories a picture of them sad and depressed, looking at the phone that they're taking a picture on, by the way. And you see your picture up on their phone screen. You can't see them sitting in their room crying and thinking about you. And can you? No, you can't. You can't see them talking to their friends and their family about how much they miss you and want to be with you, can you? No, you can't. So what are you worried about? You can't see none of that shit. I don't think they're walking around with the video camera just recording their entire life so that you can be like, oh, they are talking about me. Oh my God. You should know they are. Of course they're talking about me. They talk about me to everybody. To everybody. His entire family talks about how much he needs to get back together with me and how that's the biggest mistake of his life. And he knows now exactly how he feels about me. I know this. He thinks about me all the time. That's what you should be telling yourself instead. Because either way, let me repeat again, either way, you are right. So why don't you be right about the fact that they want to think that they think about you all the time and they cannot get enough of you? Okay, well, I don't even know why my mom keeps saying for a fucking fee. I hate when people repeat themselves over and over and over again. She's like, she must want to drop it off for a fee. What fee? A fee could be $5. It could be $5,000. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need to be specific on the fee portion. Duh. And I'm paying a delivery fee. Amazon charges $9.99. Would you like me to have $10 for you? Oh my God. What's the fee? What's the fee? I'll just get her to respond because she's asking for my address. Bitch, you know my address. You're my mother. Hello. I listen to Neville's teachings, Ray, sometimes. I don't know. Let me reframe. I don't listen to Neville's teachings. I have his book that I used to read. I think it's fascinating. I like his book. Mainly because I like how he ties a lot of things back to the Bible. Okay? But I only listen, but I'm stubborn. I only listen to what makes sense to me. Right? So that's it, really. Okay. And people read for the context, but they read too into it, and it doesn't necessarily need to be read into, right? So people get construed. They misconstrue what he means by you need to feel it to be real. Okay? He's not actually talking about feelings. Okay, and I'm saying things like that. And also at the same time, you have to remember who the fuck was Neville Goddard. Neville Goddard was one person. Okay? I think people forget that shit. He didn't create manifestation. No. So he teaches based on his own experiences. You know what I'm saying? So do you have to listen to everything he fucking says like he's God? No. No, because he's a person. He's no different than everybody else. So you don't need to sit there. This is where you learn to leverage, because you're like, well, who the fuck said that show me where it's written in stone. Who the hell decided that there's rules to the law of assumption? No one, not even Neville. Seriously, Taylor. Like, not even Neville. Neville created his own rules, obviously. So, if that's the case, then why do I have to let Neville's rules be my rules to manifesting? Why can't I choose my own rules? You know what I'm saying? That to me would make more sense, right? Choose your own rules. Because who the fuck is he to decide who the rules are? Yeah. It's kind of like people that believe that somebody parted the Red Sea physically. Or rose from the dead. So I only laugh only because when you read what he says, Neville. When you read Neville's book, that's the only reason why I read it is because he ties back the significance of 3 days, right? And why it's mentioned numerous times in the Bible. And I used to always, and that's where what I like about it is because I've always been one of those people that's always questioned things that logically don't make sense to me. Like, well, who the fuck is God? We've never seen him. And then who the hell created God? You know what I'm saying? It's always been my question. Is like, because my parents used to take us to church and everything. I was like, yeah, but no one can tell you who created God. So until they can answer that goddamn question. And then I used to always question the Bible. Because I was like, well, last time I checked, back when they're in the, creation of the planet, I don't think that when God created Adam and Eve, that he was like, oh, hey, babe, hey, bitch, by the way, here's a notepad and here's a pencil. Make sure you document this shit. So how the fuck do they know? How do they know? How do they know? How do they know what life was like back then? Because I don't think God created a pencil and a paper so that they can document that shit. So when I came across Neville Goddard's book, I was like, now this makes far more fucking sense. That it's a collection of stories, but they're metaphors. They're metaphors for your life. I was like, okay, now we're talking. Now this makes a whole lot more sense because it answered the questions that I had been questioning forever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not questioning your faith. Don't get your panties in a fucking bunch. I'm just saying that for me, that stuff made no fucking sense. And you know damn well that when I told your ass that God did not create Adam and Eve and then give them a pencil and a notepad and tell them to document the shit, you know damn well I had a point there. You know, in here you're like, yeah, it is true. So how the fuck do they know that? How do they know what happened back then? How the fuck did Moses put 2 of every fucking animal in a boat? And then how the fuck did that boat get put together, by the way? Because I don't think a hammer and nails was a thing back then. You know damn well I'm right. Because they're metaphors, okay? Like a collection of short stories. They're metaphors. So when I read that shit, I was like, yeah. I got all into that shit. I was telling Well, dang, Irene, good for you, girl. No, Fatim, you do not need to know the exact position's name. So I'm just telling you. No, do subliminals really work? No, everyone here knows that I do not believe in subliminals. I don't believe in subliminals. Because I know how the subconscious mind works, and the subconscious mind takes you at your word. Its job is not to be like, hold on. We're here music, but hold the fuck on. This is a subliminal. Nope, doesn't know that. It is not, its job is not to cipher through the music to find the words that are being said. No, it's not its job either. All it's hearing is music. Okay? So instead, guided meditations, sleep hypnosis, things like that is what I would recommend. Oh, snaps for sad, girl. I love you, bitch. I love you. Sab has done a complete turnaround where you guys think that your guys' shit, you guys got, oh, how do you do this? How do you do that? It's fucking annoying. It's annoying. You know, but you can better your life, right? It doesn't have to just be about SPs. You can literally better your life in, general. Where you should want that anyway for yourself, right? Is to be like, no, I want my SP back, but I also don't want to have anxiety anymore, which in order to get rid of that, you have to stop identifying with it. Okay? All that shit. Like, you don't want to tell yourself things that don't benefit you at all. I have an irregulated nervous system. Why would you want to tell yourself that? How's that benefiting you? I'm doing something wrong. How's that benefiting you? Well, until you figure out what you're doing wrong, you're not doing anything wrong. There's not a technique. You're not doing anything wrong. Because you weren't doing anything wrong in the beginning. You were just doing it. SP is recently doing everything I've been affirming except asking me out. Oh, son of a mother. I can't read if it's more than 2 lines. Oh, why? It would depend on how you're affirming for it or what you're saying. And the only other reason, well, snaps for you, by the way, Amy. The only other reason for this would be because you're still questioning that portion of it. So it's like, he's doing all the things that I like him to do, that I want him to do, but why hasn't he asked me out yet? Why hasn't he asked me out yet? When's he going to ask me out? When's he going to ask me out? Which means you don't know. Versus he's constantly taking me on dates. He literally is constantly taking me on dates. He is constantly taking me on dates. Okay? He's constantly spending time with me. He's literally constantly spending time with me. Okay? That's the natural progression of a relationship. So if he's not doing that thing, then you need to tell yourself that he is doing that now. And don't question it. Okay, don't question it. Do not question it. Okay. Oh yeah. I tell you, I don't hate when my mom does this shit. She acts like I don't have anything to do all day long. All day long. And I'm like, my mom is not, I get it, because it's a really nice couch, but my mom is not a, like, let's think this all the way through type of person. At all. It's like, she's like only thinks about half of the equation, like, oh, I found this for her. I hope she doesn't think that's in lieu of a gift she said she's getting me. But, because I'm paying for the couch, so. But I was like, what about the one that's currently sitting in my living room? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, my boyfriend can't lift it because he's like, so what about that? What about the one that's currently sitting there? Wavering doesn't do anything for your manifestation. It can either just slide it back or delay it. Okay? It just slides it back or delays it. That's all it does. That's all it does. And when I say delay it, I don't mean like it's this long drawn out fucking process. It doesn't. It depends on if you're consistently wavering or if you are not flipping the thought. Okay? Then it delays, it extends the delay, if you will. See what I'm saying? So, but it's thinking against it. So it's not to say you'll never waver, but you have to flip it around. You have to flip it. Okay? And then, because all it did was set me back like a day or maybe 2 max. That's all it would do. If I wavered or I questioned something verbally in the 3D, it would only set it back like 2 days. And then and then max. And then we were right back on track. Yeah, so, and usually it's like at 24 hours, you're right back on track. It's not a long ass time, as long as you don't make it a fucking habit. Okay, as long as you try your best to not do that. I love you too, Sab. You'll spend your last battery. Oh, man. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. So now you guys know when you read the Bible that you could read the Bible from a metaphoric standpoint. But you should just read Devil's Book. But I'm telling you, that shit is like the Bible. That shit is like the Bible. I bought his collection of stories on Amazon thinking I was going to get like 12 books, right? No. That shit was one big ass fucking book. And it, like the Bible. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, who's supposed to carry this shit around? I thought it was going to be a collection. It says collection. They should have been like in one book. It might have said that in their defense in the description, but I don't read descriptions. When I moved into my apartment, to get rid of my brother, I've always like rented houses, right? So to get rid of my brother, I had to, good, Kirsty. I can't wait to see it. So to get rid of my brother, I was like, I'm going to move into an apartment. Yeah, motherfucker can't come there, can he? And so, I was so excited, and I went and bought all new furniture on Amazon. And I was going to Vegas a lot for business. And so my furniture was scheduled to arrive when I was in Vegas. And my daughter was little. And so, well, not little. So I was like 7. And so I had him stay with her at my place. And I was like, oh, the furniture's coming. I was like, if you could put it together, that'd be great. My dad puts it together. He calls me, goes, did you by any chance measure the furniture before you bought it? I was like, no. Why? He's like, this is like dollhouse furniture, Jen. The couch was so funny. First of all, the couch was highly uncomfortable, and it was so small. And then it was so small. I'm 5'2", and I couldn't even lay across the couch. And certainly no one else was sitting on that couch. And then everything at the kitchen table was fucking small. My dad was cracking up. He's like, you should probably measure to find out next time. So that was my first experience, my first and very last experience of buying actual furniture on Amazon. I stick to Wayfair. Oh, man. Oh, yes. After we do, is Santa real? Santa is real. Ren, if you believe in him. You know, actually, I used to always tell my daughter that when she said Santa's not real. I said, actually, he is based off of a real person. I mean, he's just not flying around in a fucking sled with reindeer dropping off presents. But he is actually based off of a real person. Oh, man. Who comes up with this shit? They just make our job harder. Because we're over here being all ridiculous, feeding cookies and, although my daughter, she never fed cookies to Santa. She'd give him like real ass food. I was like, I mean, that's true. I mean, how many cookies can a guy eat? You know what I'm saying? But then we're over here buying stupid stamps on Etsy to make it look like some big man came down the chimney. That's why she stopped believing in Santa, because I fucked it up. I use that stupid app that puts Santa in your home. I use that dumb app that puts Santa in your home. And she saw it and she was like, that doesn't look real. And then me, I couldn't contain my laughter. My brother's like, you're so fucking stupid. Because it's like, he was like big. I didn't make it real. I mean, but then again, we didn't have AI back then. Imagine though, if you have kids now with AI. Oh yeah, Santa's gonna totally look legit in the house. All right. We're gonna do the photo exercise. I'm giving you guys a break on the cord cutting. Just because I got distracted talking about Santa and shit. But we're going to do the photo exercise because we're going to do it a bit differently today. I'm just going to add one thing on for you, okay? And then right after we do the photo exercise, the photo method, then I'm going to tell you the exact steps to manifesting your SP. Thanks, Ray. I totally forgot that I said I was going to do that today. Okay? Now, these steps are non-negotiable when I tell you the steps, okay? It's not a lot of work. It's not a lot of work at all, okay? Some of the steps that are required for manifesting your SP will be a part of the photo method. Yeah, that's why they're in the photo method, okay? In case you are new, so get your photos of your SP out. In case you are new here, I am your manifestation bestie. I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption, everything else to work in your favor. No, I know that sounds good to you. Click that follow button. Also, I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks. And so I'm here to help you do the same. Okay. I'm good at it. I've been clipping testimonials. I have like hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. You guys see it every day here on the live. People are posting their success and their movements. Okay. So since I've been teaching since February, it doesn't compare to people who've been teaching that shit for years. Okay, but I do have a foolproof system because, hello, I know what works because I did it. So there's that part. And so I'm going to teach you guys how to do it. I do talk about the steps. I mean, there's like, I don't know, 6 to 8 steps on how to manifest your SP back. Not a lot of work, okay? A handful of them we're going to do right now. If you are interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio or description if you're on YouTube land. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, you can always catch it on the tube of the U and don't even trip. Okay? All right. I got all kinds of things. Text, you got text coaching, a WhatsApp group, which you guys should be a part of. You get coaching in there too, and advice. And then, we have recreating your SP stories. We have guided meditations, hypnosis audios, custom SP songs, all that shit. Everybody loves their SP songs, by the way, because they're absolutely phenomenal and amazing. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I want you to go back to the beginning of your relationship. Oh, and I'm going to give you the condensed version of this today. Because I need to tell you the steps to manifesting your SP back. Okay, so I want to make sure I have plenty of time, and I'm filming video content after this. Okay. Now, I want you to remember who you are. Self-concept is important in manifesting your SP. It is not everything to manifest your SP, and it is not the most important, but it is important on how you see yourself. Okay? It is important on how you see yourself. So you need to see yourself as a bad bitch, as one that's desired, wanted, chased by your SP. You need to remember who you were at the beginning of your relationship with your SP, because who you were in the beginning of your relationship with your SP is what they were attracted to, is who they chased, who they wanted to be with, who they talked to all the time, who they were constantly wanting to spend time with, who they were, who they had feelings for. The version of you in the beginning of your relationship is who they fell in love with. You need to become that version of yourself again, but the evolved, keyword evolved version, the 2.0 version, where you want to be with your SP, but you don't need them. You'll be just fine, right? You're not going to die if you're not with them. Okay. Because when you were in the beginning of your relationship, you knew who you were. You need to know who you are again. How you see yourself is how they see you. So you need to see yourself as a bad bitch, as a bad man. You need to have the attitude like, you're lucky I even want your fucking ass because I got options. Okay? You need to see yourself as that person because that puts you on the pedestal. And that's where you need to be so that they chase and pursue you. Okay? You don't need to give desperate energy and chase and pursue them. They pull back every time you do that, as you clearly see. So we need to flip the tables on them. Okay? So step into that identity right now. It's very, very important to become that person again right now. Okay? Now, I want you to fast forward to a time in your relationship where everything was perfect. And I want you to remember who they were for you. Who were they as a person for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Who were they for you? Because that person is why you wanted to be with them in the first place. They were checking all the boxes. That version of your SP, you never questioned a damn thing. You never for a second questioned how they felt about you. You never questioned if you were going to hear from them that day, if they were going to see you. You didn't question if they wanted to be with you. You didn't question any of that. So because of that, your relationship escalated quickly. You need to select that version of your SP again. Because you're constantly selecting different versions of your SP. And how you see your SP is everything. Is everything. They can only show up based on your assumptions of them. So if you assume that they don't want to talk to you, they want nothing to do with you, they want to ghost you, block you, they don't have a choice. Or you can select the version of your SP right now that absolutely wants to talk to you, talks to you all the time, can't imagine his life without you in it, wants nothing more than to be with you, that absolutely loves you. What's your pleasure? So select the version of your SP that they were when you never questioned anything about how they felt about you. Do that now. So, because right now, moving forward, no other version of your SP exists. Not at all. No other version of your SP exists. Except for that version of your SP and that version of yourself. The one who's chased, the one who you were in the beginning, the confident, certain, had a surety about yourself. That version of you again. Okay? Because these two versions of yourselves are what caused both of you to fall in love with each other, both of you to want to be with each other, both of you to see a future with each other. So you must step into those versions again. Okay? And your boyfriend or girlfriend, husband or wife can only become the version of himself that you are selecting. It's entirely up to you. Which is why your SP shows up to everyone completely different. Same person. Totally different with everybody. Because they all have different assumptions of the same person. Okay? All right, because the reality is your SP has wanted to do nothing but talk to you. Okay? Has done nothing but wanting to talk to you, wanting to be with you. Okay? Your SP absolutely has thought about you all the time. They're thinking about you right now. No contact does not exist. It only exists in the 3D, but you're always in contact through your thoughts. Anytime you think about them, they think about you. They think about you, you think about them. That's how this works. That's how this works. Okay, so you need to know that. And you need to step into that right now. And understand that you're always in contact with them. There's never a day go by that they don't think about you. There's not a day that goes by that they don't talk about you. That they don't look at your photos in their phone. That they don't look at you on social media. All of that. Not a single day goes by that none of that is happening. You just, up until now, haven't seen it push out into your 3D. But we're here to get that to change. To get you something different. And the only way that that's going to happen is by doing something different. Thinking differently. Because either way, you are expecting something. You're expecting them to ghost you, not talk to you, not want to be with you, not like you, want to block you, Or you're expecting them to absolutely want to be with you, to think about you all the time, to where they can't stand to not talk to you, where they're absolutely going to text me right now. Why wouldn't they? Either way, you are expecting something. But what pushes out is what you expect. So if you want something different in your 3D, you must expect something different. And that's what we're going to work on right now. Okay? I want you to close your eye. We're going to do this together for a quick second. Okay? I want you to close your eyes for just a second. And I want you to imagine, ask yourself this right now. This is not a visualization exercise. If you want it to be, sure, you can do that. I want you to ask yourself right now, if I heard a ping on my phone, or I heard my phone ringing right now and I was to pick up my phone and I saw my SP's picture or their name, how would I feel right now in that moment if my SP messaged me? How would I feel? What kind of thoughts would I have seeing their face on my phone? Now I want you to hold on to that state. Hold on to that feeling. Because that is how you get into the state of expectation. As if you expect it now. How would you feel? What kind of thoughts would you be having right now if their phone, if their name and their photo was on your phone? You'd get excited. You'd be like, oh my God, I've been waiting for this. I'm so excited to talk to them. I knew they'd call me. That feeling, I want you to hold on to. Now, pull out your SP's photos. I could probably do that, Terry's. Pull out your SP's photos. Now, if you are in no contact in the 3D with your SP, or you are in contact, but it is not consistent contact, you're going to tell them to contact you. Excuse me. If you are new here, you're going to put on your crown. How could I forget that part? If you are not new here, you're going to straighten this shit, and you're going to straighten it now, because today you just did what I asked you to do. You're going to now expect them to text you. Okay? When queens and kings give a command, there's nothing to check. There's nothing to doubt. There's nothing to worry. There's nothing to fear. They know. They expect because they gave the command. There's nothing to worry about, nothing to check. I gave the command. And I know that they must fulfill. That is now who you are. Okay? If you are in no contact with your SP, or you are in contact but is not consistent contact, you're going to tell them to contact you. You're going to say it out loud, say it with a little bit of backbone, a little bit of authority, okay? And you're going to look at their photo, dead ass in their fucking face, and you're going to tell them, you are contacting me right now. You are contacting me right now. You are contacting me right now. You know you want to contact me right now. You are contacting me right now. You know you want to contact me right now. You are contacting me right now. You know you want to contact me right now. You are contacting me right now, right? Double binding, okay? If you are in consistent contact with your SP, you can tell them they're contacting you right now. You can say calling, texting, it doesn't fucking matter. However they would naturally contact you is how they'll reach out. Okay, you can tell them they're contacting you right now, or you can tell them they're coming to see you today. You're coming to see me today. You know you want to come see me today. You're coming to see me today. You know you want to come see me today. You're coming to see me today. You know you want to come see me today. Okay? And then if you are in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, marriage ship, all that shit, then you can have fun with it. You can say they're contacting you right now. You can say they're coming to see you today, or you can tell them, you're bringing me flowers today. You know you want to bring me flowers today. You're buying me dinner tonight. You know you want to buy me dinner tonight. You're taking me on a date tonight. You know you want to take me on a date tonight. You're giving me sexy time tonight. You know you want to give me sexy time tonight. Anything you want, okay? I paused this live because I got to go to the ladies' room, but I will be back in a couple minutes. And if you want to know the steps to manifesting your SP back and don't want to have to watch this whole shit all over again, then you might want to hang out. It's literally only going to be paused for a whopping 3 fucking minutes. Go to the bathroom, go grab a snack. I don't give a shit. Do what you got to do, what to do, but do this photo exercise. And remember to hold the state of expectation of as if your SP right now is in your phone. Right now, their face is on your phone. Right now, their name is on your phone contacting you. Hold that feeling. That's expectation. All right? Now get busy and give your commands, and I'll tell you exactly how to get your SP back. Oh, we were down to the wire. I was making my notes to keep you on track. To keep myself on track, I mean. Yara, when do results come from the photo method? That's entirely up to you. People get contact from their SPs all the time on the photo method. First time. I had literally numerous people. Numerous people get contact when they do it. It's not a right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, how do you manifest your SP back clearly? Some people didn't want to know. Now they're going to have to watch it all over again. Maybe I'll say in the beginning of my thing tomorrow as a reminder for all you, because you guys are forgetting some of these steps here. Okay? First step to manifesting your SP back is putting yourself on that pedestal. So the way you put yourself on that pedestal is about, you need to get back in touch with yourself. You need to fall back in love with yourself. Okay? Self-concept, how you see yourself is great, yes. But how you see yourself, hold on. Okay. How you see yourself is very important because you need to be on that pedestal. Okay, so you need to get back in touch with loving yourself again. Loving who you are as a person, knowing who you are as a person. Okay, knowing who you are as a person. Okay, is that self-love. Knowing that you're perfect. Tell yourself that. I am perfect. I am literally the perfect girlfriend. I'm the perfect boyfriend. I'm the perfect husband. I'm the perfect wife. That is an identity. Okay? And I am, as people like to call it. It's called identity. That is an identity. It's at the hierarchy of change. So when you see yourself as the perfect girlfriend, perfect boyfriend, and you step into that identity, so do they. They see you too, the same exact way. Okay, it's impossible for them not to. This is where you leverage and say, how do I want them to see me? Do I want them to see me as batshit ass crazy, as a headache, as a nightmare? Because I see myself as dramatic, as reactive? Or do I want to see myself as the perfect girlfriend so that they now see me as the perfect girlfriend, the perfect boyfriend? Then that's how I'm going to choose to see myself. And I'm going to tell myself that I am the perfect girlfriend. I'm the perfect boyfriend. I'm the perfect husband. I'm the perfect wife. What do you think I'm saying now? I am the perfect wife. Okay? To step into that identity, because I firmly already believe I'm the perfect girlfriend. And I am. Therefore, all my boyfriends see me as that too. And they've all told me that I'm perfect. Of course I am. Because of how I see myself. Okay? So, exactly, Jackie. So that's the first step. The second, because that keeps you on the pedestal and that's what causes them to pursue you, to chase you. There's a shift in energy, okay, when you put yourself on that pedestal and you are no longer chasing them. Then they're like, something's different. Now they start to see you differently. And that draws them to you. It doesn't repel them from you, okay? We need to draw them to you, attract, okay? Now, step number 2 is how you see them. You need to stop bitching about them. You need to stop being reactive about everything that they do and bitching about them in your mind. Because this is exactly why they broke up with you in the first place. And they told you that without telling you that. Okay? They told you that without telling you that. Based on what they said at the breakup. Okay? But it's how you see them. You need to, because you're selecting a different version of them all the time. So this is why they're not the same person now or at the breakup that they were when you first met them. Because they didn't change. You changed them. Because they were everything. They were perfect. And then you had an argument. And every time you had an argument, you selected a worse version because you did nothing but bitch about how you saw them. And you changed how you saw them. And you bitched and complained to anybody who would listen. And now, boom, the breakup. Okay? So this is why you've literally seen them change before your eyes. This is why they're different to everybody in their lives. They're the same person, but they're totally different to everyone in their lives. They're different to their parents, both their parents, each of their siblings. They're different to their friends. They're different to you. They're different to everybody, but they're the same person. Because everybody has an assumption of your SP. You need to make sure that your assumption of your SP is exactly how you want and expect them to be for you. Perfection. That's how you want them to be for you. And so you must see them differently. This is not an option, okay? This is non-negotiable, because this is why people will manifest their SPs back, but what version of them is coming back? I see this all the time, where they're like, I got my boyfriend back, but he's still an asshole. He's not how I want him to be. Of course, because you're still reactive and you're still expecting the worst from him. You're still seeing him differently. So you have to see him how you want to see him, as perfect boyfriend, perfect girlfriend, perfect husband, perfect wife. You have to see them that way. And when you see them that way, they show up differently to you based on your assumptions. Okay. The version of my boyfriend was it was like night and day to the version that ex-gutter trash got of him. Completely different. I didn't even recognize I didn't even recognize my boyfriend. When it came to her, I was like, I don't even know. And I was like, I don't even know who that is, because he's nothing like that when he's with me. Nothing like that. And he even said that. He hated that. He goes, I don't even recognize myself. Yeah. Because they must show up based on your assumptions. Okay? So you want to make sure that you assume the best in him, that you see the best version of him. Okay? That's step number 2. Step number 3 is that you affirm in steps. Now, the only reason why you affirm in steps is it's thought transmission, 1, and 2, it distracts your thoughts. Okay? We need to distract our thoughts. And the way you distract your thoughts is by affirming for what you want. So this is where a lot of step number 1 is self-love, girl. Come on, Angela, keep up. Okay. Step number 3 is affirming in steps. And that the only reason why you do that is to distract your thoughts, to focus on what you want. This is why a lot of people struggle with living in the end. If you're in no contact and blocked on everything, it's very hard and unrealistic for people to be like, we're married. Okay. Because so many of you want movement in the 3D, right? So I found it much more beneficial to affirm in steps. So like if you're in no contact in the 3D with your SP, then you would affirm that he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Okay? That's step number 3. And it's literally, now I see, baby, now I see why you're writing the shit down. How you see them. I'm going to be making a whole video series on this, okay? So it's designed to distract your thoughts, okay? So when you affirm in steps, then you start to see movement quicker, okay? So because the reason why those are the steps is because it's, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about, leads to contact. He's always calling and texting me, contact. He's constantly spending time with me, escalation in relationship. He'll do anything to be with me right now, relationship. Okay. Yes, I will. Sure, Ray. Why not? Okay. I will leave these in the WhatsApp group today, and I will pin it in the general tab. If you're in the WhatsApp community, I will pin it in the general tab. Okay. So that you guys have these steps. Okay. So that's step number 3 is to manifest them back in steps, because you'll see movement, and when you leverage movement, it keeps the movement going, which is why when no contact in the 3D is broken, things escalate. They should escalate rather quickly, because you've already been keeping the assumptions going. Okay. Because, robotic affirming, which I still stand by, is distracting your thoughts, but it's the repetition. Okay, so you're consciously saying these things to create the repetition, so it gets into the subconscious mind. Okay, and so because of that, it starts to push out. So while you get the contact, right, You've already been affirming for the next steps. You've already been affirming that they're always calling and texting you. So that's consistency. They're constantly spending time with you and they'll do anything to be with you. So we're already, yes, Sab. So you're already creating those assumptions in the meantime. So it gets in here, which is why it speeds it all up because you've been doing it the whole time. Okay. So, but you're consciously doing that to create the assumption to get in your subconscious mind. That's why we affirm. Okay. The fourth step is to focus on your inner conversations, because what we know about the subconscious mind is inner conversations push out very quickly because it is something that you are naturally saying. It is not scripted. It is just something that you're naturally going around talking to yourself any fucking way. But usually what you're talking to yourself about is what's showing up or not showing up in your 3D. And that becomes a problem because you're affirming, creating the repetition to get it into your subconscious mind, but your inner conversations are all about what's not in your 3D. So because of that, it's going against what you're affirming. The problem is when you have natural inner conversations is it goes direct. You don't have to repeat them. It goes directly into your subconscious mind and pushes out. This is why the negative shit manifests quickly, because you say it, whatever, and then boom, it pushes out. Okay? Exactly, Sab. That's an inner conversation. So it's like you're constantly having them anyway. You process 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. You've been doing it on autopilot. So you're constantly like nervous about like, why has I've been doing this for like 3 weeks and he hasn't contacted me? When's he going to contact me? Like, what the fuck? I'm seeing no movement in my 3D. Like, has he moved on? I don't even know what he's doing right now. I'm going to go on his social media, right? Oh, let me check out his social media. Let me see if he's talking to anybody new. Does he have any new followers? All of that, inner conversations. Those are keeping it right in your reality, which is why I told you guys today is anti-social media day. We are not checking social media. We are not doing that because all that's doing is fucking with your inner conversations. It's tainting your inner conversations over and over and over again. Okay? Which is why you have to remember that if you're going to post, like in the WhatsApp group, things like that, you want to make sure that because that's what it's there for, is for you to post questions, talk about things that are going on, right? So that we can help you. But I highly advise that when you're done posting or bitching about something or talking about what's in your 3D, that in your mind, you flip that shit. Because that's an inner conversation you're having. Because in order for you to type, you have to think about the words that you're saying. So flip it in your mind. Okay? Flip it in your mind. So that it doesn't keep it in your reality. Okay? Because you're not aware. And that's the one thing too, is you need to become very aware of what those inner conversations actually are that you're having and change them. because they're not working together. They're not working together. You could affirm till you're blue in the fucking face because that's where I tell you, if all you had to do was affirm for your SP, then everyone would have their SPs back. Correct? Yes. So I'm here to tell you why you don't. And that's because I know why. It's not all about affirming. Affirming just distracts your thoughts to focus on what you want, to create the repetition to get it in here. But your inner conversations are what you're having naturally. That's where you leverage and say, if I can think negative thoughts, if I can have a negative inner conversation when he pisses me off or I get frustrated with him and it pushes out like quickly, then why can't I do the same thing with the positive shit? So that's where we control our inner conversations instead of letting them run wild. We control them. Okay? Okay, so that's the power of inner conversations. If really you should focus on inner conversations more than anything, because that's what you've been doing your entire life. If you reverse engineer and say, how did everything become everything? You did not robotically affirm for your breakup, did you? No, you did not. You weren't walking around saying, he's breaking up with me, he's going to break 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 up with me. No, you didn't. What you did do is question your relationship through an inner conversation And you could have only done it once. You could have done it a couple times. You could have done it a handful of times, and boom, the breakup. Because you were having inner conversations. Does he want to be with me anymore? Are we good? Like, we fight all the fucking time. He's totally different. Like, I don't even think he loves me anymore because he's treating me like shit. Like, he's been so distant lately. Like, I can feel him pulling away. Like, something's off. He's changed. Inner conversations. And then, boom, it manifested. So that's why inner conversations are far more powerful than anything else. But people don't tell you that, do they? No, because they don't know. But I'm here to tell you all that shit, okay? So that is step number, what are we on? 4. Step number 5 is that you create your own movement, okay? You create your own movement by assigning signs, creating your own signs. There is no proof that 111 is a fucking sign, unless you choose to assume it is, okay? And there's no right or wrong sign, but I like consistent movement, okay? So I created signs for things that I saw all the time, okay? Like a butterfly. Now it's squirrels. It was falcons before. And I would see them all the freaking time, right? It could be anything. Bunnies, if you have lizards, we used to have a lizard problem. Like all those things, you create your own signs, okay? There we go, Sam. So I've said every time Jenna's live, my SP falls more in love with me. Yes, the squirrel's for you, baby. It is today. So when you create your own signs, but not just create your own signs, but give them a meaning, because you have to give your signs a meaning, right? Because a sign means nothing until you give it a meaning. So when you give them a meaning, then it pushes out. That is your movement. Okay? So you're not sitting there stuck on looking for your movement, because in your mind, you're getting movement every fucking day. Because every time you see a butterfly, you're like, oh, yeah, he's totally thinking about how much he wants to be with me right now. That's your sign, okay? That's movement. Him thinking, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So, and there's always movement. There's a deep thought process. There's a long thought process that leads up to people contacting you. Okay. And so by you constantly telling yourself that over and over and over again, by you constantly, I miss you too, Manuela, by you constantly telling yourself over and over and over again, because again, you're also creating the repetition as well with your signs. Okay. And you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So your job is not to question anything at all. So if you're looking and you have signs, right? Like squirrels, I see like a million of them every day, right? And so it's like every time I see a squirrel, it's like, oh, he's totally thinking about how much he wants to be with me right now. Do you know how many times you're saying that a day? It's going to push out. It's totally going to push out. And say it in a way where it's like, like natural to you, obviously, and be like, he's totally thinking about how much he wants to be with me right now. I know he is, right? And so then that pushes out, because you're also creating the repetition, but you're also seeing movement. You're creating behind the scenes movement, but bringing it into your 3D. So that's why it's important. New Cancer Moon, have you been paying attention? Living in the end is trash advice for most people, because it is impossible if you're in no contact to. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's very unrealistic for you to be in no contact with your SP and then assume that you're married to him. Because remember, you have to step it. Oh, I'm telling you right now how the steps to manifesting your SP back. Okay. And I mentioned this already. Living in the end is not good advice at all, because based upon where you're at, it's easy to live in the end of marriage when you're dating somebody, But if you're in no contact, it's completely unrealistic to assume that you're in a relationship when you're in no contact, because people want to see movement. People want to see things in their 3D, and then they get discouraged, feel defeated, want to give up, quit, and do all that stupid shit because they don't see it in their 3D. So they waver a lot. So because of that, it's much easier to get on board with living in the end of contact. That's all you should be living in the end of contact. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now that's the power of creating signs, because you will start, because when you create signs and you give signs a meaning, it activates your RAS in your subconscious mind. Okay. It activates your RAS in your subconscious mind. And and now because of that, it is constantly it stands for reticular activator system. So it's constantly scanning your surroundings, looking for more evidence for you. Okay, so this is why you'll go from saying every once in a while to now, when you selected a sign and gave it a meaning, now all of a sudden you start to see them all the time. That's your RAS. That's bringing it into your conscious. They've been there the whole time, but you were just not consciously aware of it. And now it's bringing it into it's going from what you've seen subconsciously the whole time and bringing it into your conscious awareness. So now you start to see more of them consciously. Okay. And so now you're creating the repetition that way too. And you're seeing movement. Everything for me is a sign. Okay. He's on social media. If you can see that the green light turns on, showing he's online right now, you're like, that's right. Of course he's online, because he's thinking about me right now. He's thinking about me right now. I know he is. He's looking at all my stuff. You're seeing movement yourself. Okay. So that's the importance of creating signs. And anything can be a fucking sign. Okay, and that's also your birds before land. Think about it that way too. So you get excited when you see signs, and whenever you see those signs, you get excited. You should get excited about it. You know, when he's online, toot your own goddamn horn and be like, that's right, I know he's looking at my shit right now. Because he can't get enough of this ass. You know, that kind of attitude. Instead of, oh my God, he's online, he's ignoring me. Oh my God, what's he doing online? You know what I'm saying? All that bullshit. So instead, you get excited about it. And that speeds up the movement in your 3D. Okay? And then the fifth thing is that 5, 6. The sixth thing you're going to do is stop reacting. Okay? Stop checking the goddamn 3D. Then don't react. Don't react to the 3D. If you check, affirm your ass right on through checking. I told you guys this. You guys would never react to what you see on social media if you would affirm your ass right through it. Affirm, affirm, affirm. If you're going to check, affirm through it, because it's going to distract your thoughts. That's right. Fuck the 3D. You know what we say here. Fuck the 3D. You have to ignore it. You can't let it bother you. You have to, I'm not going to say ignore it. You just don't need to react to it negatively. Instead, you should be looking at the 3D and tooting your own horn. Okay? Because it's also, if you think about it, when you don't react to the 3D and you are tooting your own horn instead and making the 3D all about you and making yourself feel better, right? Because I told you to focus on feeling good, right? And that really is what we should call this step, is protect your fucking feelings, okay? When you're focused on protecting your own feelings, then you literally are not so focused on negative in the 3D. It's all positive because you're focused on protecting your own feelings. So you're giving your own meaning to everything in the 3D, because nothing has meaning until you give it a meaning. So if you give it positive meanings in the 3D, then you're also working on self-love at the same fucking time. At the same time. Because you're also making yourself feel better. Because you need to make yourself feel better. Okay? Like, duh. Who the hell wants to make themselves... Well, some of you guys love that shit. Some of you guys love to make yourself feel like shit all day long. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Because that's just not my vibe. It's not how I roll. Instead, that's why I started assigning signs and giving my own self signs, because for me, it just made me feel better. It made me feel better, you know? So it's like you see something on, like, let's say you check his social media, And like I said, you see him online. So instead of being like, oh, he's online. Who's he talking to? Why isn't he talking to me? You'd be like, look at him looking at my shit. He loves me. Every time he's online, all he can do is think about me. Okay. You're blocked on social media. Sarah, you're blocked on social media. Okay. So instead of being like, I'm blocked on social media. They don't want to talk to me, like looking at it from a negative way and being reactive to it. And instead you're like, look at him trying to stalk my social media. Yeah, of course he wants to know. He absolutely is checking out all my shit. Yep. He's thinking about me right now. Obviously he's thinking about me and he's low-key obsessed because he's trying to get my attention. Right? So it's all about you and not about them. Because this is where you guys assign negative meaning because it's all about them and not about you. So when it's all about you, then it's all about you. And you do things to make yourself feel better. Better, right? Everything. Like, instead of reacting to the 3D being like, why hasn't he called me today? Like, when's he going to call me? Is he ignoring me again? He's gone silent again. I haven't talked to him in 12 hours or 2 days since he's been home. And so why isn't he talking to me? When's he going to call me? Like this, that, and the third. Why is he being an asshole? It's like, he cannot get enough of me. I know he's thinking about me right now. He literally is calling me today because he calls me all day, every day. He literally calls me all the time. Yeah, and I know he's looking at my photos right now because all he can think about is the time that we spent together. Yeah, I know. I light his world up. See what I'm saying? So it's all about you. Everything should be about you because then it makes you feel better. Toot your own goddamn fucking horn and assign positive meaning to everything and make it all about who? You. That's it. That's all. Now, the very last step number 7, is the most obvious of steps, and that is to persist. No matter what you see, no matter what you hear, you persist forward. We don't quit, we don't fold, we don't give up. You persist. Because if you will persist and you will do all 7 of these steps, which is not a lot of fucking work, it's what you're doing. Literally, if you think about it, every single one of these, other than creating your own signs, is what you're doing anyway. Let's be quite frank. Let's be quite frank. Every single one of these steps is what you're doing anyway. You're just persisting in the wrong shit. Okay? You're just looking at yourself you're not putting yourself on the pedestal. Yeah. I said, let's be frank. That's a saying. You're just not putting yourself on the pedestal. You're beating yourself up instead of loving on yourself, right? You are, how you see them, you're seeing them one way or another anyway. Instead, you're just seeing them in a bad light because you can't get over the old story. You're blaming them for shit instead of saying, I created this shit. So what I gotta be mad at him for? That's right, Jessica. Steps for Jessica. She manifested her card the same day. Okay. Number 3, affirming thoughts. You're having them anyway. You're having them anyway. It's just all focused about what you don't want instead of what you do want. Okay. Same with inner conversations. You're having them anyway. It's just all focused about what's in your 3D and not what you actually want. Okay. You're not controlling your inner conversations. Okay. The only thing you're not doing is creating signs, but you are. Because every time you see them online, you've created these signs that they're ignoring your ass, not talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Reacting. I tell you, stop reacting, stop checking. You've been doing nothing but checking and reacting. So you're doing that shit anyway too, aren't you? And then you're persisting in your 3D. Instead of persisting in what you want and not folding, not quitting, not giving up, instead of persisting and persisting and persisting forward, you're persisting backwards. You're driving backwards. And you're persisting in your 3D. You're persisting in your current reality instead of persisting in what you want. So see, you're doing all the shit anyway. So I am not asking you to do anything extra. I'm not giving you anything extra to do. I'm not like, look, it's really hard. Okay, this is really hard. Buckle up because I have like 15,000 things that you have to do to get your shit. Nope. There are 7 things and you're doing all of them anyway. You're just redirecting your attention. Ren, you can manifest for others too. Yes. In your life. Okay. Not our members. Okay. We don't let people manifest for our members unless you've successfully manifested it. Okay. Cause you need to focus on yourself. Girl, you need to focus on yourself, bitch. What was number 6? Signs. Creating signs and creating, don't react to, not reacting to the 3D. Stop checking the 3D and protecting their feelings, making it all about them. Good. Steps for Ray. Manifested job for her brother. Okay. So that's what you have to understand is everything I just told you, you are literally doing already. I'm just telling you to focus. Okay, to do these things, to become aware that these things you're doing anyway, but you're doing it against what you want. So this time you're going to do it towards what you want. Do you understand? And if you will do all 7 of these, you will get your SP. 1,000% guaranteed. Creating your own signs, creating your own movement was number 5. Okay. You will get your SP. So I want one of your signs. I want you to give it the meaning of, right? Like, how you give it a meaning of they're thinking about me right now. Oh yeah, he's thinking about being with me right now. He's thinking about how much he wants to be with me right now. He's literally thinking about how much he wants to be with me right now. About how much he wants to be with me right now. Okay? Because I want you guys to discipline your minds. Okay? And you guys need to know that. There you go, right? Okay? So if you'll do all this, like I said, commit. I just gave you the 7-step formula to manifesting your SP back. And if you're new and you just joined, sorry, got to watch it all over again. You will get your SP back. Guaranteed, 100% guaranteed. Do you understand? I know you just said yes. Okay? I will go back in my mind palace and make sure that I didn't forget anything, but I'm pretty sure that's the gist of it all. Okay? All right. And now you are welcome. Now listen up, buttercups, because I got to record some video content. I'm going to put them on WhatsApp. I'm not going to elaborate because I don't like to type, okay, at all. I do not like to type at all. But I will put these 7 steps, but then I will, I'll make a voice note. Well, I'm going to make a video series anyway that will elaborate. Okay. So I just told you what to do. Okay. It's very, very important that you do them. If you, or just don't bitch about getting your SP back. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. So today is all about anti-social media day. You are to stay the fuck off the internet, stay off the internet, stay off social media unless you're looking at reels and you're looking just to give yourself a better mood. Okay. You are going to stop reacting to everything. You need to get really good. I want you guys just to focus today on assigning positive meaning to everything. To everything. Do you understand? That's right. That's right. I call you bitch. I hate typing. Okay. Positive meaning to everything is your job today. Okay. And I told you guys that all week you should be working on putting yourself on that pedestal, loving yourself again, getting back in touch with yourself again. And the best way you're going to do that is by staying the fuck off the internet, staying off of their page. Because while you're working on yourself, all you're doing is sliding back. All you're doing is sliding back. Because you're constantly getting distracted and constantly getting in your own fucking head, and you need to get out of your head. Okay? So the way you're going to do that is by staying off the internet. Okay? Not off the internet, but you know what I'm talking about. No SP's profiles today. No gutter trash's profiles today. At all. None of it. Positive meaning to everything and putting yourself on that pedestal, loving yourself, positive meaning to everything. And the way you're going to do that is because you're going to be loving yourself, but you're protecting your own feelings. Okay? You're raving about yourself, making it all about you. Like it is the fucking Lisa show today and forever. Okay? It's all about you, bitch. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you need to do. I want you to commit. I go live every single day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, it's always on the tube of you. I just chose one of our members. Girl, catch up. Right? I just chose one of our members. Bye, Tyrese. I love you. Okay. While you're there, subscribe. Also, if you are interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio. I manifested my boyfriend from no contact to living with me in only 4 weeks, so I'm good at it, and I'm here to help you be good at it too. Okay, I've got hundreds and hundreds of testimonies of people getting massive success and movement by doing, what I say. That's right, now Lisa appears. By doing what I say. So get a grip, do it, get it done. And if you want to work with me, let me know. Links are in my bio. So same with the YouTube channel. Link is in my bio, okay? We got all kinds of shit in there. I am the low price leader in the coaching space, so I can help as many of you as possible get your SPs back. And I only teach what, works because I did it. Manifesting NSP and manifesting NSP back are not the fucking same. So stick with me, bitch. And I got your back, okay? I got you, all right? I love all of you besties, and I will see you all later. Bye.